It is time for the 3A state title game, the fifth of 5 championship games from Oliver Dawson Stadium on the campus of South Carolina State. It's time once again, the third time in 4 years, the Camden Bulldogs and the Daniel Lions will compete to decide the 3A championship. Welcome in to our broadcast. I am Stacey Huff, along with my broadcast partner, Joe Cashin. And Joe, without further ado, let's get right into how these teams got here with our Farm Bureau road to the championship.
Well, Stacey, you look at the Camden Bulldogs, their road to the championship. They beat Dreer in the round one. Most impressive win might have been over Dillon, 35-21. Then they beat a really good Gilbert team by a score. Last week, they go on the road again and beat Brooklyn Casey. They waxed them 46-30 to punch their ticket here to Orangeburg.
That's a budding rivalry between those two schools. And now from the upper state, Daniel, how'd they get here?
All home games, 14-0. That's what you would expect. They beat Blue Ridge in round one, whipped Wren in round two, got by Chester by 29 points round three, and then last week they survived BHP. BHP fumbling as they're going in, but when you're 14-0 and you're as good as Daniel, you make things happen like that, and that's how they got here.
And now that was our Farm Bureau road to how they got here. Now for our Eagles, food for thought. Let's look at it. Some food for thought brought to you by Eagles, Joe.
9th meeting all time between these two teams. All of them in the playoffs. Daniel leads this series 7-1. The only Camden win was in 1990 on the way to a Bulldogs state championship. And this is the third time they've met here on the game's biggest stage. Will it be the third time the charm for Camden? As Daniel won in 2020 and again in 21.
Third time in 4 years at that. Let's go down to talk to the third member of our broadcast team, Jack DeLongshore. Jack.
Boys, you alluded to it. When it comes to this rivalry, not to coin the SEC, it does just mean more. And it's been fairly dominated by Daniel. Yet Camden comes into this matchup feeling pretty confident about themselves. Why shouldn't they? They've got the number 21 in the country quarterback when it comes to all total yards. Grayson White has been a stud running the football. He's been a stud in the pocket. Camden feels great with their quarterback at the helm. When it comes to Daniel, on the other sideline, their running back, Khari Bennett, he's about as special as you'll find in the backfield. Really excited for what could be the most exciting matchup in this incredible rivalry. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jack. We're about set to decide the 3A state football championship game from Orangeburg, South Carolina. The Daniel Lions, the Camden Bulldogs, going at it right after this.
When I was growing up, I was taught, if you make a promise, you keep it. And for 45 years, that's what we've been doing at A&I Fire and Water Restoration. From Wilmington to Florence, from Myrtle Beach to Charleston. When disaster has struck, we've made promises to tens of thousands of families to turn their houses to homes again. We take pride in keeping our promises. It's what we do, it's who we are.
A&I Fire and Water Restoration.
Healthy on the outside doesn't mean much if vaping has weakened you from the inside, because the chemicals in vapes don't just leave you short of breath. They damage your lungs on a cellular level, leaving even the fittest among us weak and vulnerable to viruses. So what starts as a vapor's cough can easily turn into pneumonia or something worse. Is vaping sabotaging you? Get the facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Of South Carolina State University, our hosts for the Weekend of Champions 2023. It's the 3A title matchup. Camden Bulldogs, and that's their coach right there, Mark Rempf. He's a former East Carolina Pirate. He's a Raleigh, North Carolina native, played for the Baltimore Ravens. You see his record there at Camden. Brian Rempf check that on the first name. Brian Remp, 104, 48, 12 seasons. 7th season at Camden, and he's done nothing but get them deep in the playoffs. And there's Coach Frooster. Jeff Frooster, 8th season at Daniel. He has a couple chips under his belt. 80 and 18, very impressive in 8 seasons. The seniors in this class here is 50 and 1 at Daniel. So Coach Frooster has them really rolling. Stacy Huff up here in the booth with our broadcast partner, Joe Cashin, and on the field is Jack. What's up, Joe?
Yeah, I was going to say, Coach Frooster, Daniel alum. As a player, he played for Alan Sitterly in the late 90s. They won 2 state championships with him as a player, and he's won 2 as a coach here. Clear
Picture Financial kickoff underway, and we are set to decide the 3A state title game here at Oliver C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium, and a violent tackle on that kickoff. Trayvon Wright on that tackle. Davis on the return. That's Colton Chapman, the quarterback. You see his numbers there. 262 attempts and 176. Good percentage there. And 22, right at 2,300 yards, 23 touchdowns. Colton Chapman, they've put out some really good quarterbacks over the years out of the Daniel program. So he'll lead his offense. We'll talk about the offense here in a moment. We'll give you our starting lineup. So they will scrimmage from the 30-yard line. Camden with 3 down linemen. 5 wides in the set. Chapman's going to keep it. Big gain, still going. That's a whole chunk of yards across midfield, and it'll be a first down. Will Luke Ray opportunity school first down. Here's the starting lineup. Chapman just had that big run. Jakari Bennett, the special running back you heard about. Bish, Earl, Nix, and Chancellor, the wide receivers. Our Founders Federal Credit Union starting lineups. Watson Young, a special lineman, and we'll get to the rest of those linemen in just a moment. You saw them on your screen there. We get to the defense of Camden in a moment. They're quick to the line. Short pass, a little bubble screen, and another 11-yard chunk right there. Another real look great opportunity for first down. And Camden defense, Wilson, Williams, and Bracey, the D-line. Macklin, Huggins, Prescott, the linebackers. Nash, the leading tackler for this team. Krim, Williams, Thompson, and Drakeford, the DBs. And they're on roller skates right now. First 2 plays have been chunks for the Daniel Lions. This time it'll be a loss. Good tackle that time for Camden. That's number 4. On that tackle for you, Tyron Macklin, Joe.
And that was Wilson Nash. He really shot the gap. You mentioned him as Camden's leading tackler. He comes into this ballgame leading this team in that category. He really made that play right there.
On course to finish his career as the 2nd all-time leading tackler in Camden Bulldog history. And that's a lot of talented players came through there. Vonnie Holliday, former Green Bay Packer, among those great players there. So that's another loss on that play. So this will be 2nd and 11. Colton Chapman keeping it a design quarterback run, Joe, and he got most of that back. He might be right at the sticks. We see the measurement. Might be close to a first down.
He's a little bit short. He's just reading numbers in the box as Chapman. He's looking up there and seeing 3 down linemen, seeing a light box, and he says, you know what, I'm going to take it and run.
Looks a little too easy thus far. Ball's at the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short. 4 wides in the formation. Going to be a give, hit immediately, but it might be enough. Looks like it's going to be enough to move those sticks one more time. Gang tackle by Camden, and that was Jakari Bennett with the short gain, Joe.
And it was the coach's son, Carter Remp, who made the stop, but I don't believe he made the stop before a fresh set of downs picked up by the Daniel Lions.
A couple of Remp youngsters on this team, Carter being one. Grayson also on the roster. That's Coach Frooster on your screen right there. So 1st and 10, a Will Legree opportunity school first down for Daniel. Bennett up the middle with another chunk. Give him about 6 on that carry.
Good opening drive here for the Lions. That's what they wanted to do. They went to the perimeter on their first 2 offensive plays, which is what they want to do, get out in space and show their speed, kind of playing between the tackles here the last couple of snaps. Impressive opening march.
Being a very special back, as you mentioned, of 1,000 yards, of course. Automax red zone is where they are now. Little bubble screen to the right side. They tried the left side earlier, and it's going to be enough to get right to the sticks again. We'll see the spot, but 35 on that catch, Chris Chancellor.
Just a 9th grader, too.
Yeah, man, young kid. 3rd and 1, it looks like. And it's going to be, they're looking to the sideline right now, but it's 4 wides as usual in the formation. 1 back, Bennett, right beside Chapman, and Bennett gets it up the middle, big gaping hole, going to bounce it outside, steps out of a tackle, and lost his footing. The turf monster helped get him down. He's going to be down right with the nose of the ball to the goal line. Good game. Will look great opportunity to school. First down once again.
10th play of the drive coming up. Daniel taking the opening possession on the doorstep.
Shotgun snap to Chapman. He's going to get in way too easily into the end zone. Hands to the sky, strike up. The D.W. Daniel fight song, and you see smells like team spirit. The blue and gold, they traveled. They traveled down I-26, Joe, and celebration now. They're going to get in the end zone for the Russians touchdown. Colton Chapman celebrating there. D.W. Daniel from up in the Clemson area. Extra point attempt ensuing.
It's actually a 9-play drive, so I want to check that. 70 yards, impressive first march.
Dead, solid, perfect, hands to the sky. Bruce Brown, the kicker, the junior, makes it 7-0. It's the 3A title, and Daniel off to the early lead. Here from Oliver C. Dawson, Bulldog Stadium.
When I
Daniel, if you're in the house tonight, make some noise.
Back to it, 8:47 left to play it, and lickety-split. Striking suddenly. You see the Daniel fans celebrating that quick score by the Daniel Lions, and it was a drive. Joe, talk about that drive.
Almost too easy, Stacy, quite frankly. 9 plays, 70 yards, a little over 3 minutes off the clock, and Daniel pretty much got anything they wanted. Camden going to have to make some adjustments defensively, but Kari Bennett gets to the end zone for the 26th time on the ground this season for the Lions.
I did the first, me and my buddy Tyler Cuff called the first game over at Spring Valley when these teams met in 2020, I believe it was. And the first of their now 3 matchups for the title. And that first game, it was the same way. Daniel took control really early with a strong drive, and Camden doesn't want that revisited again. Short pooch kick, fielded at the 19. Across the 30, going to be decent field position. And that was number 7 for Camden, Aiden Harriott. And that's where Grayson White on your screen right there will take over.
Check that. That was obviously Bennett, the quarterback, Colton Chapman, rather, the senior quarterback who got into the end zone on that play. It was Kari Bennett who had the big run previously, which set up the Chapman touchdown there.
So that was our Clear Picture Financial kickoff you just saw. And, of course, our kickoff sponsor. That's a large fellow right there, Grayson White. Yeah. 6 foot, about 245, Joe?
I would say, and he came over from the defensive side of the ball 2 seasons ago when Camden had a rash of injuries to take over quarterback, and he stands to be the winningest quarterback ever if he wins here tonight.
Run wide this time. Avery Hickman gonna move those sticks. Big gain for Camden. Avery Hickman, we'll talk about this lineup right here. Founders Federal Credit Union first starting lineups. Grayson White, we talked about Hickman with that run. You just saw Moore as the tight end. John Morant, we hear a lot about him. Harriott, Ford, the wide receivers, the line. Carter Remp, Williams, Richardson, Anderson, and Tanner Bracey, the O-line, will be moving folks up front. They did a great job on that first play. Founders Federal Credit Union first starting lineups. It'll be first down. There was also a Will Look Great Opportunity School first down. There's a defense for the Daniel Lions. Joplin, Parker, Young, Johnson. Jake Young, we'll talk more about number 7, special kid. Linebackers are Rollins, Kahn, Plumlee, Williams, and DBs. Williams, Turner, Howell, and Davis. So we'll get to those guys and highlight this, the young man right there, Jaden Young.
Big-time player to watch on that side, along with leading Zachary Spencer Kahn.
He's up for Mr. Football, I believe, Jaden Young is. Maybe that's Watson that's up for Mr. Football.
Watson Young.
Yeah, Watson Young. We'll talk about him as the game goes on. That's a flag, and we don't want a lot of these today, Joe. We want to game clean and It's our first flag of the ball game. Coach Brent have a little chat.
Get ball, snap infraction, offense, 5 yards.
Legal procedure.
Remains first down.
Talk about this first drive, Joe.
Yeah, we talked about Daniel wanting to get to the perimeter. You see the quarterback there, Colton Chapman. He just takes that first snap, hits the edge, puts a foot in the ground, gets a big gain, big first play for Daniel.
Coach Brent right there. Mentioned him earlier. 6'7" fellow.
He's a big,
large
individual.
Former NFL offensive lineman.
Yep.
Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin in the booth. We're checking with Jack. And on the sidelines a little later. Empty backfield for White. White's going to throw it out wide, and after that legal procedure penalty set him back a little bit. It made it a little bit behind the sticks. They got a good chunk of it right there up to about the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2 coming up. That was Harriot with the catch and run. What's going on to Jack? The long shot on the sidelines. What's going on, Jack?
Hey, guys, it's usually a rarity this time of the season for both teams to come in healthy. But when I talked to Coach Frooster, they let me know we're about as healthy as we've been all season. A miracle they both kind of alluded to. But both these teams at their best when it matters most.
Thank you, Jack. White's going to keep the ball around the left side and ridden down. Give it enough for the first down. Let's give it. We'll look great opportunity to score the first down. But an injury report that Jack brought to you by Absolute Total Care. Absolute Total Care. One plan, always covered. Thanks to them. And then we'll look great opportunity to score first down. Grayson White now has his Camden Bulldogs trying to answer, Joe.
Good response by Camden to take their first possession after Daniel went and scored on the game's opening drive. And you're going to see a healthy dose of Grayson White tonight. More than 4,300 yards of total offense this season.
Man in motion is Mayrant. He's going to get that handoff, and he shows the Jets. He kicks out. It's going to be a foot race, picking him up, putting him down. Mayrant strike up. The Camden Bulldog fight song. The Rush's touchdown. What a burst. Great blocking on the right side. And they are trying to answer with the extra point. It'll tie it up, Joe.
Little jet action right there. Give it to John Mayrant. Let him get to the edge, and he made a couple of Daniel defenders miss right there. Broke a couple of tackles. Great speed right there by John Mayrant, the senior. He is on his way to the house for Camden, and again, a great response.
Yeah, man, caught passes for over 1,000 yards. He's running for a bunch. Extra point. They have not kicked a lot of field goals this year. They don't kick a lot, and we'll see if they go for 2 right here. Looks like that's going to be the move. No, they're going to kick. They are bringing the kicker on right now. They have White will be the holder. But Mayrant is all over the record books. Young man's been special his whole career.
This will be max 4 to try to tie it.
14 puts toe to leather, and not what you want to see. It got in. It's snuck in there. Wow, that's Mayrant, your touchdown maker right there. We are all tied up 7s across the board here on the campus of South Carolina State. The Weekend of Champions 3A title game. Daniel Camden knotted up at 7.
There was the time when a person's word was enough. A time when a handshake meant something and integrity really mattered. For nearly 70 years, the values of Farm Bureau Insurance have been rooted in hard work, faith, and family. In that time, we've seen the world change in many ways. What hasn't wavered is Farm Bureau Insurance's commitment to protect our customers' way of life and serve the communities in which they live when they need us most. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
With great brands at the best prices at Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun. More of this and this, and more of this and this. So you can do more of that, and that, and that, and definitely some of that. While getting together for more of that, and that. Yes! Have more fun with great brands at the best prices, only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
3rd time, maybe the charm. Camden trying to figure it out. That's Mayrant, your touchdown maker. All smiles, Joe.
I'd be smiling too after that run, 36 yards. And again, we saw the replay as we went into break. Made a couple of Daniel defenders miss. You'll see it right here. Again, that jet action. He gets the sweep going to the right, gets a good block at the point of attack. Made one man miss. That guy also misses for Daniel, and boom. No stopping John Mayrant once he broke that second tackle.
Look like a kid getting out of school for a recess after he broke through the line scrimmage. 5 plays, 68 yards. You see it right there. 2 minutes and 2 seconds on that drive. They didn't take them long at all. Both teams scored fairly quickly. Defensive side will make a adjustment coming up. Stanley Law Group scoring something you just saw right there, 2:02. So we're halfway through the first quarter, and we've had 2 touchdowns. Kickoff brought back to the 31 or so, and a lot of white jerseys to the football, and that's where Colton Chapman and the Daniel Lions come out for their second drive of the ball game. Thanks for joining us here. Glad to have you with us. This is the 5th and final game of the weekend of champions. Shout out to the South Carolina High School League once again, doing a great job, and South Carolina State being gracious host here.
And shout out to the Orangeburg community for keeping the weather away from us right now, too, Stacey. Knock on wood.
Yeah, earlier this week it looked bad. And we're in the William Bill Hamilton press box.
Yep.
Grew up like an uncle to me. I got to shout that out. That means a lot for me to be doing a game up here. I grew up, we're both Chesterfield, South Carolina natives, and he's a Hall of Famer. Colton Chapman with a throw over the middle, had a man sitting behind the linebackers. Good throw, good catch, and dragging folks across the midfield is number 2, Sam Earl. Good throw, good catch, good run.
And you watch Chapman here. He kind of goes through his progressions, right? He's going to look out to the perimeter. Then he kind of checks it down a little bit right there to Sam Earl, kind of underneath. Camden left him unaccounted for. And Chapman made a good read right there.
Will look great opportunity to school. First down for the Daniel Lions, and they're going to give it to their back this time. Running wild. He strung it out. Still able to pick up about 3 yards on that. Maybe a hold. I think that's it. We see some handkerchief on the ground out there.
The 49-yard line.
There it is. There, I think you saw it first. On that run was number 1, Graydon Nix.
Offense, 10 yards, previous
so penalties on the Lions, Joe. They're going to do a little Michael Jackson moonwalk right here.
That's a good, clean ref feed, too. I like that.
Yeah,
Radio guy.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear that.
We love that clean ref feed right there. A little reverb, like he's about to, hit us with a hardcore rock song. But hit us with a selection. Ball will be placed at the 41-yard line, putting Daniel behind the sticks now to be 1st and 20.
And this is a big sequence here for Camden. You get them behind the chains here. You want to try to get them off the field, but this is a very potent Daniel offense.
They're going to throw it out wide open over there. Great play call across the 50, across the 45, and tackled at about the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up about 4 yards short there. 2nd and 4.
Another flag down, too.
Yeah, we're starting to get a little flag-up-a-loser going on right here. That was Graydon Nix, who's touching the ball quite a bit here on this drive.
He's their leading receiver this year with 60 catches coming in, 651 yards.
And they spread it
dead
out.
Ball, personal foul, defense.
That's going to add 15. Dead ball, personal foul. That's the big joker. Joe cashing 15 extra.
Second penalty on Camden here in this ball game already.
Coach Rep cannot be.
No, Daniel's too good. You can't give them yards like this. They're too good, dangerous offensively. You don't want to give them 15 free ones.
Brian Rep right there. I enjoy speaking with him all the time. We did a game earlier this season against Lakewood, and got to talk to him this week on the phone. He's very enthusiastic coach. It'll be a Will Lugray opportunity to school first down for Daniel. Ball at the 28-yard line. Throwing to left again. And good job blocking out front. Still moving inside the 10-yard line. Good run after the catch. The receivers do a great job with it. That's the auto max of the Carolinas. Red zone appearance again for Daniel. That's number 4, Torrey Shaw with the reception.
Again, you see Daniel attack the perimeter. That's their game. They want to get speed and space, and they do it right here with Torrey Shaw. Just takes a quick little swing pass, hits the boundary, almost slips, keeps his footing, and Daniel kind of making this look easy on their first 2 drives.
Yeah, the play calling is supreme. Both teams have done a great job. Going to be a run to throw to the right. Caught by Nix. And big physical hit right at the sideline, but a gain of maybe 1 on that. The short passing game is clearly a lot what Daniel uses a lot.
And that's a better job by Camden defensively to kind of diagnose that. Get some defenders over there. Make turn a potentially big play into a short gain of 1.
Yeah, Wyatt Thompson, Tyrant Macklin over there. And getting hands to the ball is just too late down the field. Sometimes that one was a good play to string it out. Got off blocks, and it'll bring up goal to go from the 9. Keep it. Colton going to walk in. Just a stroll down the main street right there, and he's going to strike up. That Daniel fights on. This is a rushes touchdown for Colton Chapman. Twice he struck. And the Daniel fans celebrate. Daniel, 2 drives, 2 quick scores.
Chapman, you just said it, times 2, his second rushing touchdown of the evening from 8 yards out. Kind of a little read right there. He decided to keep it himself, hit that right side, and no Camden defenders out there, and How many punts do you think we're going to see right now, Stacy, the way this thing is going?
Doesn't seem to be much. Well, the punter's going to have a night off right here. And there he is, hands to the sky. We're back where we started a few moments ago with that opening drive, a 7-point lead for DW Daniel. That Russia's touchdown. Russia's fresh taste is just one of the reasons Russia's the local favorite for over 3 generations. Visit one of Russia's 8 locations in the Midlands today and get fabulous food fast. And that's what that touchdown was. Fast into La Casa.
Had a chance to hand it off to Torrey Shaw again. Just a read by Chapman, decides to pull it and keep it. He waltzes into the end zone. 69-yard march in just 5 plays and 2:04 off the clock. Impressive by Daniel.
Stanley Law Group scoring summary. You just said it. 5 plays is all it took. Both teams have scored quick. Stanley Law Group brings you our scoring summary. They're going to be busy. We get to the play. We're all going to know the fight songs by heart. For both teams, we'll be humming along the way they're scoring. 3 times a team has possessed the ball. 3 times they've gotten to pay dirt. 4:40 left in the first quarter.
Defensive stops will be like gold in this game for either team.
Absolutely.
Gold is the color of both teams. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that black and gold. That's a personal favorite colors of mine. Little clear picture financial kickoff. It's a short kick again. Fielded by the same gentleman again for Camden. It is Aiden Harriott again. And again, it's, back and forth. I would say it's pinball machine numbers, but kids today don't know what I'm talking about.
They wouldn't have any idea what you're talking about. A pinball machine. Numbers. What is that, Stacey Huff?
That's back in the day. That's back in Joe and I time. Jack is on the sideline like, what is the dude talking about? Pinball machine.
Pinball machine.
4:33 left to play. It means a lot of numbers is what it means. 4:33 left, and there's Grayson White. Not only was a former defensive lineman and linebacker, he's a state weightlifting champion as well.
He also leads Camden in quarterback sacks on the defensive side of the ball as well. Now, how interesting is that?
He's going to keep it. White's up the middle. Jack, it's exciting down the field. I know the intensity. You can feel it on the field.
I had to let you know. You missed me by a little bit. I felt a little. I played in the pinball area. Okay. Now, granted, it cost me $2 to play at the local restaurant bar, but come on.
Jack's a baby. Jack, I appreciate you not making me feel quite so old.
No, I'll tell you this: with 2 little brothers, the intensity of a good old-fashioned pinball machine, not as this similar between Daniel.
No. Exactly. No doubt. This is the intensity. You can feel it. And this is the 3rd time. Familiarity breeds contempt. Short pass again to the right side. Harriott is going to make a nice move, show some good footwork right there. And he dances across for a real great opportunity to school first down. And both offenses are clicking.
Yeah, they came ready tonight, Stacy. Just a little quick hit out on the perimeter for Camden, attacking out there to Aiden Harriott. Got a nice stiff arm as he goes out of bounds. Picks up a fresh set of downs for the Dogs.
You see the bones on the helmet right there. Those are from the accolades. Bones on the Bulldogs. They have that bell that ring down at Zimp Stadium.
Yep.
They've scored a lot of points. We'll talk about the points. The defense has scored a lot of points for this team as well. They're going to keep it on the ground with Grayson White and his blue jerseys everywhere. Guess what? You know what they did? They shut that down like a fire marshal at a frat house party.
With 3.5 to go in the first quarter,
they shut that thing down real quick. That's 32 on your screen. Good job right there by that young man.
Ty Plumley did a nice job, too, there. Senior linebacker for Daniel. He kind of got in there, too. And that's what you got to do if you're Daniel. You got to get a good stop on first down, not let Camden play ahead of schedule, ahead of the chains.
Exactly. And that kind of takes the ball out of the running of Grayson White a little bit as well. And only a sophomore young man that made that tackle. And heading toward the 3-minute mark, high snap, and White's going to keep it again. They're going to be stubborn, shrugging off tacklers. He's just a grown man out there, and he's going to fall forward and got a pretty good chunk back. Give him 6 on that. Grayson White's hard to bring down.
That's just what you can't account for. I mean, you get contact near the line of scrimmage, and Grayson White is just so strong. He's able to break that contact, and he'll fall forward for 3, 4, 5 yards, which he did right there.
Yeah, you got to be real serious about your desire to tackle. He's making me real serious about
it. Fake the jet right there. He's going to keep it himself, kind of go left side. There's a missed tackle, another one right there. And he just falls down, and you pick up a 3rd and short.
Broke 3 tackles there, and this keeps the run game in consideration. You don't have to pass here, especially on the plus side of the field. They're across midfield. Ball's at the 47 of Daniel. They're going to give it that jet sweep action to get his time in. I'll tell you what, it's a first down, but without a good tackle that time, that could have gone further. That's a real great opportunity to school. Mayrant by seeing green grass and opportunity there without that tackle.
Looked like the touchdown just the other side this time. He came left on the jet action. He's able to pick up a first down. And again, a nice Camden response to the second Daniel drive.
Well said. Be first down at the 40-yard line of Daniel. And you're right. Stops are going to be at a premium. The team who gets a couple stops and string a couple together might have breathing room in this ball game. But Camden being stubborn with that running game, they ran even behind the sticks a couple plays ago. 3 men in the formation. 3 receivers. And White lost his footing. He's going to lose a yard. The turf gave on him.
It's a nice read because he saw the opening on that right side. He could have handed off on the jet, decided to keep it himself. And unfortunately, the turf monster kind of got up and took him down. And if you're Daniel, again, you have Camden behind the chains here.
They have several guys who started in that 21 game. They lost to Daniel. White is one of them. Hickman is one. I believe Mayrant may be another. So they have that taste in their mouth of losing a couple years ago when they were sophomores. 1 man in the backfield, it is Hickman. White's going to look right. A bubble screen to Mayrant was not blocked well. Good job by Daniel getting off blocks over there. And it's going to be a loss of another yard on this play.
A lot of traffic over there. Looked like downtown Atlanta at 5 o'clock over there with all that traffic. We kind of get a lump in your throat when you see a throw kind of go right over there and all those bodies. That's, again, a good defensive play there by Daniel. And you've got Camden in a long yardage situation here.
Isaac Turner over there, number 5. Isaac Turner right there, one of those active defenders. They're quick to the ball. 3rd down and call it 11 for Grayson White and the Bulldogs. He's going to look right. Tossed. Oh, put a little touch on that. Caught by Harriot. They're going to mark it maybe a yard short. Decision time coming up early here for Coach Brian Riff. Take a look, Joe.
Great throw by Grayson White right here. Just kind of rolls a little bit out to his right, lofts that thing over a defender. Right there is Aiden Harriet on the back end. Almost picks up a first down, but we'll take this to the second quarter, more than likely before they run this 4th down play.
Yeah, they're not going to have time. They're going to swap ends of the field. They're going to take a walk right here. 1 quarter in the books. 14-7. The D.W. Daniel Lions over the Camden Bulldogs. Exciting action so far. Come on back for the conclusion of the 3A title game.
Coming home from work, and while I was at a complete stop, a truck rear-ended me. With that became a lot of pain in my neck, my shoulders. My husband thought that maybe we can just handle this on our own, not knowing a year later I would actually need the surgery on my neck. But when I came to Stuart, and he was like, I'll take care of everything. It didn't feel like you were actually going through a lawsuit. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, it's a feeling that, you don't have to worry about anything. That's why I would recommend someone to them.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Welcome back. We're about to start the second quarter state 3A title game. Daniel 14-7. Camden has the football. Let's go down to the sideline with Jack DeLongshaw with a special guest.
Guys, the passion, the emotion, you can't script it. I'm here with the principal of Daniel High, Mr. Adam Russell. The most electric student section we've seen to date, but you got to tell us more about the paint-up crew.
Hands down the most electric. These kids bring it every week. They call themselves the paint-up crew. You can see they paint themselves. I think it has spray paint on. It's going to take a while to come up. They've been doing this for decades. It's passed down year to year. They appoint the next year's folks to take over. They are great. They select all of our themes, but they do a push-up board. They even let the principal do push-ups for some of their games. But I tell you, they're really cool about these kids is, you know, they're great sports. You know, they like to set off fireworks at some of our games, and they gave gift certificates to the neighbors whose yards they use. And I think it's just a great statement to the type of kids we have at Daniel. I mean, they're great athletes on the field, as long as we make this stop. But then they're also great in the classroom and in the community. They are fantastic.
The tradition, the pride of this high school, it's next level. They got me ready to pad up in the blue and gold. Let's go.
Good job on the sideline. Thank you, Principal Russell. Thank you, Jack. And we missed it. What happened? You probably saw that it was a fourth down conversion by Grayson White. And then next play, May Ranch again gets another Will Luke Gray opportunity to score first down. And again, the Automax red zone. So Camden and Daniel on roller skates a little bit right now. It's been both ways, both defenses have been struggling. White with a nice soft toss, underthrew it a little bit, but Mayrant needs a block. Mayrant into the end zone, and he was hit as he crossed. That's going to be a touchdown, hands to the sky. Strike up the Camden Bulldog fight song. There's a rushes touchdown.
I think you're going to get a blindside block, though, on Camden. It was 18, Donald Moore, who picked up a block at the 10. The official threw the penalty flag right there. I think this is going to be a penalty on Camden.
This is going to be interesting. Yeah, I did not see that penalty at first, and I don't think the players did as well. And it's going to take that off the board. Yes, crack back.
The offense, 15 yards.
That's the big one too. That's just huge. Watch Joe. Let's put it out for us right here.
It's a good concept. Your little RPO action. Just going to throw it out here in the flat to Mayrant, and all of a sudden here you can see boom right there. Man, I tell you what.
Yes, one of those.
Could go either way. It went against Camden right there. Takes a touchdown off the board, and we'll see, how this plays out.
Both of these teams throw a lot of bubble screen action, though. Yep. We'll see if that's called again. It puts a lot of pressure on that blocker.
Yeah, it does.
To approach that block the right way. Coach Brian Rem, hands folded right there, not real happy. Technically, I'm sure it's a good call, but it's when it can kind of go both ways. You can argue a little bit against it.
Official is closer to it than me.
Absolutely. So. It'll be first and 19 from the 19. Grayson White faked his carry, gave it to Avery Hickman, who has a burst of speed. Hickman tackled right at the sticks. That was a good run. They're going to mark him about a yard shot. That's a good play call there. Good blocking on the left side.
Oh, it really was, and there's no Daniel defender out there in space anywhere. Avery Hickman, the senior running back, that was easy. Just puts that on cruise control and picks up all of that penalty yardage back -1.
Yep, needed 19, got 18, but that's not a bad place to be. 2nd and 1. The whole playbook is open. Grayson White has been good for that 1 yard as he was on that fourth down conversion earlier.
A long Camden drive, too. They took this drive. They started at 4:33, the first quarter clock.
It's going to be Cadillac it into the end zone. Grayson White through the traffic. The senior quarterback strikes up the Camden Bulldog fight song, and your rushes touchdown, and they're trying to answer with the extra point. And we have had 4 possessions, 4 TDs in this ball game.
The 19th rushing touchdown of the season for senior quarterback Grayson White made that look very easy. And they were able to overcome their second major penalty.
Going for his 29th career win, he'll be the Camden all-time leading win total quarterback in their history. If he gets win number 29 tonight, he'll pass Eric McCullum, who went on to play at Iowa. I think it was that 2001 team. Extra point was tipped. But still good, hands to the sky. Camden has knotted it up at 14. Take a look at how we got here. It's tied up, and we'll come on back. And this has been an exciting one. Strap up, sit back, and enjoy this ride. 3A title game.
When I was growing up, I was taught, if you make a promise, you keep it. And for 45 years, that's what we've been doing at A&I Fire and Water Restoration. From Wilmington to Florence, from Myrtle Beach to Charleston. When disaster has struck, we've made promises to tens of thousands of families to turn their houses to homes again. We take pride in keeping our promises. It's what we do, it's who we are.
A&I Restoration.
He's going to take it himself for a championship! A double play wins it for Frazier! Turn it to the end zone. What a catch! McKay, it's on touchdown!
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Volusia wins it! The championship! Welcome back here to Oliver C. Dawson Stadium on the campus of SC State, the site of the Weekend of Champions. And in this final game of 5, the 3A title game, third time in 4 years they've met. Camden stubbornly clinging to a tie right here. 13-play drive. They gritted it out, 66 yards, 637. Grayson White caps it off with that 7-yard rush. But talk about some of the things we saw in that drive, Joe.
Well, Grayson White, obviously, he was able to cap that off. Camden able to overcome a major penalty, which took a touchdown off the board. Yes. Hey, no problem. Just give the ball to Avery Hickman. He's able to scoot down there, make it second and short. And Grayson White, again, his 19th rushing touchdown of the season. Just hefty numbers for the senior quarterback.
That voice you're hearing right there, Joe Cashin, a familiar voice with sports fans in South Carolina and beyond. I am Stacy Huff on the field. Young Jack DeLongshaw, and it's like Clear Channel. Check that Clear Picture, financial kickoff. Clear Picture financial kickoff. It is a short one and a decent run back, still churning across the 40. That's going to be good field position for T.W. Daniel. Let's get a number for that. That was number 15 on that return. Lee Turnipseed. Both offensive, Joe, has been so potent.
You almost get the feel, Stacy, the way this is developing. Any mistake, like a turnover, a major penalty, which forces you to have to punt the ball, any change of possession is going to be absolutely huge and magnified in the game the way this is developing to me.
Punts are going to be like touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be the rarity of touchdowns.
Yep.
Nobody's thought about a punter yet in this ball game. All 7s. Colton Chapman, who's had so much success running, has a huge gap up the middle. How about 14 yards on first down right up the middle? So Doctors Implants first down in our second quarter. Doctors Implants, our first down sponsor. Doctors Implants, where we bring your smile to life. Take a look, Joe.
Colton Chapman trying to do Grayson White, and Grayson White trying to do Colton Chapman.
Yes.
You see these two quarterbacks. They are the focal points of their team's offenses right now. Great run there by Chapman.
The quarterback's finishing off runs powerfully, too. Sweep around left, and that's a good tackle for loss. That's number 4 coming up there. Tyron Macklin with a big tackle for the Bulldogs.
Well, there you go. If you're the Camden defense, that's what you have to do. You've got to get somebody with some penetration, get a good read. Macklin got a great read on that. He's able to get the TFL for -5 yards. You see it right here. Just, again, a great read by Macklin. You just hand it off, try to sweep out to the left, and boom. Macklin's having none of that.
Nada nunca. Loss of 5 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 15. For Colton Chapman, who has 2 touchdowns under his belt. That's Macklin on your screen. 1 man in the backfield. Chapman's going to look over the middle. Had a little room to run and tossed it wide left. Looking for his leading receiver, Graydon Nix, on that pass.
And he had Jakari Bennett running back wide open at the Camden 45. And Bennett's, you can't see him on the screen, but he's coming to talk to his quarterback right now. And he's going to say, Colton, I was wide open there, man.
Yeah, when the conversation starts with, hey, man. Let me put a bug in your ear. What's going on? 8:51 left to play in the first half. 3rd and 15. This may be the first opportunity we've had in a while for somebody to be in jeopardy of dare I say, a punt. But it's not over yet. Yards have been coming easily for both of these offenses. Now, is there pausing right now? Is it a clock issue?
There's a flag.
It's a flag way back.
Yeah,
the back judge. Look, he might have counted some folks. Pre-snap. This will be big. It'll change the play call one way or the other for Daniel. I think it's against Daniel.
Substitution infraction.
Yeah.
Defense.
Oh, it's defense. It is defense. So it's 12 men were on the field for Camden. So that's going to make it 3rd and 10. That may change the play call a little bit.
4th penalty on Camden tonight here in this first half.
Coach Remp's got that beard working right there. It's not no shave November for him. It's no shave. The entire calendar.
It's no shave never.
Their entire calendar, yeah.
Brian Remp.
I've never seen him without it. No, I did one time. He shaved it last year for basketball season. Colton Chapman getting heavy pressure, and he's going to run, guess what, for the first down. He's going to be right ahead of the sticks that time. They let him out. Doctor's implants, first down.
He's about a yard short, and making the tackle was his opposite number. Grayson White, number 15, made the tackle.
They did mark him short. I don't know if I'm Daniel, I'm not happy with the spot, but 4th down and 1. I'm going to try to bait him to jump here. 4 wides in the formation. They're taking their time here. Play clock is at 13. Oh, breaking outside. It's going to be Bennett. Bennett is gone. Strike up. The Daniel fight song. He breaks the tape. Rushes touchdown for Jakari Bennett, and it was nothing but green grass and opportunity on that left side. Well blocked and well run.
You go back to the substitution infraction penalty right there, Stacy. It turned 3rd and 15 into 3rd and 10. They almost pick it up, though, but it puts you in 4th and 1. And then you get the handoff right there to Kari Bennett, and then nobody touches him for Camden. He goes the distance, and here we go again, another PAT.
The stellar running back that we knew coming in has accolades, looking to play on the next level. Showed the burst, and it was well blocked that time. Daniel looking to take a 7-point lead with this dead, solid, perfect. That is Bruce Brown. And we'll step away with Daniel once again surging ahead by 7. It's a 3A title game. 3rd time out of 4 years for these two teams.
The Stanley Law Group has been there whenever I needed them. Working with Mark, I knew that I had him in my corner and he was back behind me 100%. I would absolutely recommend the Stanley Law Group.
We feel that the Stanley Law Group helps those individuals who don't know where to turn in a time of need, such as after a trucking accident. When you contact us, you get your lawyer. At the Stanley Law Group, justice begins here.
Back here at 21-14, Daniel just took the 7-point lead again. And Joe, how did we get here? We have a moving picture show to describe it.
Well, again, it's Jakari Bennett on the touchdown. You see it right here. It's coming right at you, right into your living room. The biggest thing on that drive, though, was the penalty on Camden. Turned 3rd and 15 into 3rd and 10. Daniel gets it down to 4th and short, and that's your 4th and short play. The 28th touchdown of the season for Jakari Bennett.
Stanley Law Firm, 5 plays, 59 yards. Only 157. Jakari Bennett, that 36-yard run. And one trend has developed. Both teams are scoring, but Daniel's scoring a lot quicker. That may or may not mean anything. Kickoff going nowhere. Big tackle that time. Nice, solid open field tackle by Jalen Williams of Daniel. 8 minutes to play in the half. Grayson White's got to rally his troops one more time, Joe Cashin, to try to tie it up.
And again, you just get the feeling like the first big mistake is going to be so crucial. Change of possession, a defensive stop, something in this game. Because neither defense right now able to slow the other's offense.
Take out Grayson White's rushing totals right there. 8 for 27. That's relatively modest, but they're big ones. Trying to lead his troops back. Hickman around the left side. A little room over there. Showed a burst, and he picked up about 8 on that. Good job by that left side, blocking without holding. Those wide sweeps.
They're doing a good job of that so far, the Camden offensive front. Best offensive lineman up there, probably Carter Rim, his coach's son. That's a good gain on first down. You play ahead of the chains, and you can kind of do what you want on second down and short.
And Carter Rim, 6'3", 275, following in Dad's footsteps as an offensive lineman. Dad played at East Carolina, as I mentioned, then the Baltimore Ravens for 5 years. Hickman. Good fake to Hickman. White faked me out, kept it. Nice trickeration that time. And Grayson White is going to move the sticks for a doctor's implants first down. And once again, Joe, sounds like a broken record. I can tape it and just hit play. Once again, Camden on the move.
Absolutely. Just answer for answer, score for score right now in this ball game. If you love offensive football and you love touchdowns and PATs, you have to love what you've seen in the first quarter and a half here in this 3A state championship.
So they'll scrimmage from the 48-yard line. Both teams keeping defenses on roller skates. Picked off, picked to the house. That's going to be a foot race. Watch him run, watch him work. Tremaine Davis Jr. with the pick six, and that might be one of the big plays we'll talk about. Strike up the Daniel Lyon fight song.
Yeah, I had to quick because Grayson White threw that ball out there, and the only person out there was somebody in Columbia blue and gold over there for Daniel. Tremaine Davis with the pick six right there. Huge mistake there. Grayson White throws the pick six, and that's kind of what we've been talking about. The first team that can make a game-changing defensive play will have a big-time upper hand in this one. We'll see how it develops, but putting one on the board right here for Daniel.
And now it does put pressure going forward on Camden to get some stops, something they haven't done the entire first half. Bruce Brown, number 44, to put total leather. Good snap, good hold, split, dead, solid, perfect. Hands to the sky. Now a 2-touchdown lead for the Lions of Daniel, down from the upstate. Tremaine Davis celebrating, only a junior. That was a huge play in the championship game.
Just a misread that time by Grayson White. 10 interceptions on the season for him, but you'll see it right here. He just kind of floats this ball out to the left, kind of thinking that's where his receiver is, and this doesn't get much easier than this, Stacy. I mean, Aiden Harriet was the intended target, and
Harriet just stood there.
He had no chance at that. I mean, the ball was woefully underthrown, and the only guy who had a chance was the individual who picked it off and ran it back to junior Tremaine Davis. You'll see it again. He picks that thing off probably right about the 49-yard line, takes it unofficially 51 yards for the score. And
not that we don't beat up, I don't beat up kids, but you got to expect your senior quarterback to take a look. He threw it without, you can tell he clearly threw it because his mind was made up. He was throwing it in. You got to look. Ball security is key, and you see the blue and gold, the body paint. They're going all out.
And he'll bounce back with this, Will Grayson White.
Absolutely, poor kid.
He'll bounce back from this. And now this, obviously, to state the obvious, this is a huge drive coming up for Camden. They've got to go get some points here and try to climb back into this thing and get that possession back at some point.
Absolutely. They're going to have to. They're playing really a 2-score game. It's almost like 3 because you can't afford to not force a punt here soon, or else it's going to be playing. You could be playing 2 scores down every other possession if you play this way. Clear picture financial kickoff. They have not slowed Daniel down. Not only have they not stopped, they haven't slowed him down. And Daniel, other than the pick 6, has not stopped Camden.
But that was a huge momentum shift right there. You steal a possession in a game like this and get points off of it.
Yep, you spoke to it earlier.
Major props to the Daniel defense.
Well, we can do a quick scoring summary of that. That was a pick 6, and it was it's always an inopportune time for a pick 6. Let's bring Jack's down on the sideline. What's going on down there, Jack?
Over here and Coach Rent talking to his senior quarterback. The message very clear. They haven't been able to stop us. One errant throw isn't going to ruin this game. We get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Go get 7 here. And we flip the tides really quickly.
And now momentum fully on the side of Daniel on a big tackle by Ben Joplin. No gain. Grayson White, it was a good penetration that time.
No doubt about that. They were able to kind of push Camden's offensive front back a little bit. Grayson White kind of got a late start to get where he wanted to go, and we just had nowhere. And Joplin was able to close and make a sure tackle. No gain.
Both teams speedy on defense. And those wide plays, they take a long time developing and don't have a lot of success. The quarterback runs in the middle have been the best running play for both teams pretty much. White with an empty set. Now Hickman comes around and he's going to run wide. He needs another blocker. He doesn't get it. And it's going to be a minus gain of about 3 and thrown down violently.
Isaac Turner. Yeah, I was going to say Isaac Turner did a nice job that time for Daniel to make that stop.
Puts Grayson White in a passing situation, which again, he's a poised senior. Won't really bother him. He won't be rattled. But remember, the last pass he threw ended up at 6 points for the other squad. So let's see what type of pass play they throw here, Joe. 5:30 left in the first half. Again, this is huge. You don't want to give the ball back to Daniel down 2 scores.
And again, as Jack pointed out, Camden won the toss, deferred. We'll get the ball to start the second half, but you want to get a score going in, and you don't want to punt it back to Daniel at this point.
Huge play right here. White's going to look over the middle. Steps up. He's going to break the pocket. Throws late, and it's going to be a first down. Good throw, good catch, good hand shown at time by Donald Moore, the senior. That's a big conversion. Doctors implants first down.
Great job by Grayson White to extend the play. He kind of climbed the pocket. The pressure came from Daniel's front. You'll see it right here. Takes a snap. He's throwing all the way. Kind of has to climb the pocket here. Extends the play and then just dumps it off to his open receiver underneath. Donald Moore, big first down for Camden.
6 foot 220 tight end for Camden. The senior class has been through a lot. Now this team, a couple years ago, again, they lost to this Daniel team. They have never forgotten it. A lot of sophomores were on that squad. White being one of them. He was rushed. That's the year he was pressed to the service and acquitted himself well. Now over 4,000 career yards later. Hickman trying to wide side and the speed again. Daniel coming downhill. Spencer Kahn.
That's their leading tackler, Spencer Kahn. Came in with nearly 140 stops on the season. Great read by Kahn to fly up there and make the tackle. When you're talking about this Camden senior right here, just a handoff to Hickman. He tries to go left, and here comes Kahn right away. Great read by him. Tackle for loss.
Spencer Kahn, can you rock me? Spencer Kahn, can you rock me? I feel for you. Number 34 right there like a rocket. Again, a tackle for loss. Second and long coming up for Camden. White, a bubble screen action again. They need one more. They're not getting another block. They need one block to swing that play, and they're going to lose another yard there. And there's your touchdown maker, Tremaine Davis Jr.
Starting to do a better job on little quick outs like that. Tremaine Davis just came up right on that play. Made another nice stop. And this is the time of this game right now. Camden down 2 scores. Brian Ripp mentioned this week resiliency is kind of a key word for his team. Out of the losses that they've had this year, they came in with 3, have been a resilient team. They've got to show some resilience right now, try to convert here and get some points on the board.
You want to do they go 2 downs here if they get across midfield. They get half of this, do they go for it? You don't want to punt it back. They're going to throw one, fake one away and throw the other and separate it from the football. That man again, Spencer Kahn, the junior linebacker. 2 big plays out of the last 3. And he is fired up.
They said, you can't do that.
I love it. The pros and con.
There you go.
The pros and con.
And the Daniel defense, Stacey. They're the ones making the stops now here in the second quarter.
This is Harriot. Harriot's back to punt. The first punt of the ball game.
Yep.
And really, Camden would have rather punt last time as opposed to the pick 6. And they're going to fake it. Wide open. He's got to convert. That is Nash. And he fell down right across. The first down sticks. He had to get to the 40. They're going to mark it right at the 40. I think it's not so bad spot. What a gutsy call.
Great concept. Pass a little bit high.
They gave the first down. First down. Doctors in playing first down. That is huge.
What a spot.
Gutsy call.
What a trick play right there. They snap it to Grayson White, who throws it back to Aiden Harriet, who then throws it to Wilson Nash. Kind of a high pass there. He falls down. Ooh, I don't know about that spot.
Good spot. It was a good. I think it came down right on the 40.
Right on the 40.
Jack's down on the field. Jack, what do you call it?
Hey, guys, I'm sitting on the 40-yard line. The officiating crew decided that when he gained full possession of the football, you can see he bobbled it down to the field of turf. Yes. Once he gains full possession, they said he reached that 40-yard marker.
Good job, Jack. Thank you very much. Jack doing a great job down there.
Good to have
on the sidelines. Absolutely. Empty backfield for Grayson White. He's going to look over the middle. Now right. He has a one-on-one coverage over there and out of bounds. That's going to be incomplete. Good physical coverage over there by the corner. Jamarion Williams of Daniel.
Camden scores here. Go back and look at that play as the crucial, obviously a 4th down, a little chicanery right there from the Camden Bulldogs.
A little trickeration, a little tomfoolery, if you will.
Tomfoolery,
yes.
The Daniel crowd obviously did not like the spot, but there is no replay in high school football that the officials can go look at. So.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, that was a huge play for Camden, especially if they continue to keep this drive going. 2nd and 10 from the 40. Everything might be a 4-down situation right now. They don't want to give the ball back to Daniel. It's going to be a timeout called Camden Bulldogs.
Play clock down to 1, so Brian Ripp said, hey, let's talk about this.
Halftime coming up. Stay tuned for the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. We'll have a special interview with the South Carolina High School League, first half highlights, and more. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has over 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Go ahead and visit StewartLawOffices.net today. A lot going on. So this whole weekend, this is the 5th of 5 games, Joe. This is my third. I'm blessed to have done. This is my 3rd game, but it's been smoking hot all week. We started out Thursday night. Your other Joe was with me on that one. 35-28, Oceanside beat Great Collegiate in a 2A matchup. Then came back here early Friday. Johnsonville took it on the chin to Christchurch in a 1A title game. Last night we had a classic Dutch Fort writing the story, the greatest story ever. They call it GSC 21-6 to get Tom Knott's 8th championship over White Knoll. White Knoll had a great season. And then Westside Florence 34-32 in a dramatic fashion. You saw the end of that one. And then here we are tonight. But talk about that Westside South Florence finish.
That was a fantastic finish. Westside just hung in there and battled and came back from a 12-point fourth-quarter deficit. And South Florence almost hit the last play, which would have given them a miracle finish. But congratulations to Westside.
Harry out in motion. White gives it to him. Good block on the left side over there. Harry out's cutting it in across the 30, across the 25, fighting down to about the 17-yard line. There, the Automax of the Carolinas red zone. That is a strong run by Harriet and great blocking on that left side.
Yeah, he just takes that handoff and goes left. Gets some great blocking, like you mentioned, at the point of attack. Is able to turn the corner. Camden marching inside the red zone. You'll see it right here. Grayson White just rides it off. Gets a pretty good block out here. Another one right there. John Mayrant's kind of able to ward off a defender. Just kind of springs Harriet to pick up a first down.
Physical run that time by 7. Aiden Harriet, a senior, one of the senior class. And the Automax red zone. Doctor's implants first down as well. All of those things happening. Hickman cuts it inside. Hickman with a little burst. He's small, but he runs physical between those tackles for a little guy, and he's going to get about 6 or 7 on that first down carry.
Camden took 13 plays on their last touchdown drive. This one approaching that mark as well. As Camden kind of just inexorably working the clock, moving the chains, hit that big 4th down and long on the fake. And they're going to try to punch this thing in here at the tail end of the first half. And again, they'll get the ball first to start the second half. So that may be the point where they can get that possession back after the pick 6.
2nd and 4 coming up. 1:23 on the rolling clock here. Oliver C. Dawson Stadium. Hickman tries to bounce it outside, but that Daniel defense is so fast, man. He ended up getting about 2 yards of the 4 he needed. It was 2nd and 4. He's going to bring up about 3rd and a long 2. There's number 9 again. He's been active. Ben Joplin.
Made a great stop right there. Did Ben Joplin. Was able to get out there and kind of set the edge. Limit that to a short pickup.
Joplin is a D lineman, a senior. A lot of juniors and seniors on this Daniel lineup. That's 3rd and caught it a long 2. Let's see if they keep it on the ground. And they're going to run right. A lot of room for Mayrant. He's going to cut it up. Ja Mayrant to the house. Strike up the Camden Bulldog fight song. It's a Rush's touchdown for Ja Mayrant. A touchdown maker once again. 2 for him. 2 for number 2. Joe, that was a spectacularly blocked play and a great play call. And a crucial drive by Camden to get some points at the end of this first half, Stacy. You said it, the blocking was able to spring Mayrant again, ×2. His number, his 2nd score of the night. That was amazing that time, the way it was blocked. Because I thought, get a hold on those wide runs sometime, and they got the pass out in front. But Camden trying to hang tough. They'll cut it to 7 here with the good extra point. It is straight down the middle, hands to the sky. And take a look at it one more time, Joe. Talk about it. Again, just a handoff coming to the right, puts a foot in the ground, turns it up, not touched until it gets into the end zone. And again, can't say it enough for the Camden Bulldogs. Crucial to get points right there. Left only 35 seconds on the clock. Now the Camden defense has to make sure they don't get hit for a big one by Daniel here as the teams are about to hit the locker room. 35 seconds to play in the first half. And the way this offense has been going for both teams, why not take a shot here? Yeah. And that's the Stanley Law Group scoring summary. 12 plays, 66 yards, 6 minutes, 12 seconds. And Jaquarius, they call him Ja Mayrant. Similar to an NBA player's name, right? Almost. Ja Mayrant, his 2nd touchdown of the night. Stay tuned for the entirety of today's and tonight's game as we select our A&I Fire and Water Restoration Player of the Game. You can rely on AI. Yeah, we will have a Player of the Game, and a lot of candidates emerge early. Just look at Coach Brian Riff on your screen right there. 35 seconds to play, and we've seen it's a season's worth of highlights almost in this first half, Joe.
You're talking about two programs, too, Stacy, that are so steeped in football tradition, two community high schools that have been around for a long time, both chasing their 8th state championships here tonight. So who gets to that magical 8th state title? Of course, Camden hasn't won one since 2001, but they're trying to climb back in it right now. Daniel trying to pick up their 3rd in 4 years.
Host town of Camden waiting to see if they can break through and get one. This one goes out of bounds. That short kick. I was early out and about running errands after my radio show this morning. I ran into Dewan Council. I go to church with. Shout out to my Journey Church family, and it's ran to him. And I didn't realize, I've known him for a minute, didn't know he was on the 2001 championship team.
Yep, coached by Jimmy Neal.
Absolutely. My barber, Marty Green, is a Camden guy. Chico Carter. I mean, I know the Camden folks.
Chico Carter, classmate.
He married my dad's sister. Yeah, right. That's right. That's your class. Yeah. So I mean, and they all waiting. They're waiting for this breakthrough. 2001. It's been a while now.
Camden got back in 02, lost to Union in a rematch, and of course those 2 games that Daniel defeated Camden in 20 and 21. So
we'll see now how they approach this last 35 seconds. 4 wide receivers in the formation. They're going to move the pocket. Toss. Low throw, and was it caught? That's a great catch if it is. Oh, nice catch that time by Sam Earl. We started the game with him catching the pass.
Yeah, just pulls this one off the turf. Terrific hands,
nice
dexterity.
Now they said, are they giving him the catch?
Yeah, Daniel's taking the time.
Okay. So they are going to shut it down with 22 seconds. Take a look at this catch, Joe.
Great dexterity here to get the hands below the ball to keep it off the turf. Chapman just rolls, fires it against his body right there.
Oh, yes.
And that's a good catch. I think that's good.
If you're going to say dexterity, then I'm going to say adroitness.
Adroitness.
I usually try to get dexterity out there before you, but you beat me to it this time, this broadcast. So great adroitness. But you see so many skillful plays in this ball game. I mean, and then really the game and really swung the momentum was one that was probably one of the easier plays of the game.
I mean, Tremaine Davis is just standing out there, and he gets a 50-yard, give or take, pick 6 on that.
Stewart Law Office's halftime report coming up next. Don't forget to stay tuned for that special interview with the South Carolina High School League, the first half highlights, and much more. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has over 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Go ahead and visit stewartlawoffices.net today. Here we go. 22 seconds left to play, 2nd and 1. Chapman deep over the middle and falls safely to the turf. It was in jeopardy. So 16 seconds left now, 3rd and 1. Let's see if they get conservative and get the first down in the next play.
Of course, they still have 2 timeouts in the pocket. Camden did a pretty good job of pushing the pocket and giving Chapman a little bit of pressure that time. Caused the incompletion.
And, first down will stop the clock.
Yep.
So they get a temporary. They run it for one. Having a lot of running plays in the powder blue. Swing it out wide and incomplete, and this is going to be 4th and 1 now. Now I'm a kind of fella. I would go for the block. If they punt, I would go for the block. They're not going to punt it though. And if they don't get it, Camden with a play.
If they don't pick up they got to punt almost because if you go for it and don't get it, you give Camden the ball and a couple of snaps.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's Coach Frooster right there, arms folded. Let's talk to him. Didn't get to talk to him today. Didn't hear from him. I wanted to chat him up because it's got to be intriguing to go for your 3rd title in 4 years.
That's your alma mater, too. You played on 2 state championship teams under Alan Sitterly, the legendary Daniel coach.
Yeah, we're going to definitely talk about Sitterly. He's done some special things there and in the Midlands as well. So into kick is Isaac Turner, who's played well on defense. Deep kick, nice kick, and it's going to be fair caught at the 10-yard line. I think that is, 5 kick to 5 that time. That was Wyatt Thompson, and it'll be 5 seconds. I think they'll take that knee right here.
No question. Don't get crazy here. And if you're Camden after the pick 6, this is what you had to have happen if you're the Bulldogs. You took the pick 6. You're now down 2 scores. They went and scored and got a stop here at the end of the half. And again, as Jack pointed out earlier, Camden gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
And that's big, man. That's going to be big for them because that can give them a chance to knock it out. And we almost get that possession back. You're talking about when they fell down 2 scores with the pick 6. So that's Coach Brian Remph, and we'll hear from Coach Frooster here in just a moment. And then safe formation there. They're going to take that knee and they'll close out the first 2 quarters of this ball game. It has been action-packed from here at the weekend of champion at Oliver C. Dawson Stadium. Oliver C. Dawson, 41-year employee of South Carolina State as a coach and athletic director, the stadium named after him is Willie E. Jeffries Field. Proud to say I got to meet and talk to Coach Jeffries many times. Let's go down the field with Jack and Coach Brewster. Take it away, Jack.
Coach Brewster, an electric first half for your offense. How's your experience in this game going to help your team in the second half?
Well, right now we're just trying to make sure we stick to the game plan, do everything we can to help these kids be successful.
So what's the message going into halftime? Obviously, you're in a dogfight.
Well, we got to see how hard we're willing to fight for what we say we want.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you very much, Jack. Thank you, Coach Brewster. We'll step away. The halftime activities coming up, brought to you by Stewart Law Offices. 28-21 in an action-packed 3A title game showdown. Come on back.
Absolute Total Care. Total health care for you and your family. Total peace of mind and well-being. Total assurance plan coverage. Totally affordable healthcare solutions for everyone. Absolute Total Care is totally South Carolina. Totally you.
Our health insurance is designed to improve the lives of individuals and families of South Carolina. At Absolute Total Care, we mean it when we say, one plan, always covered.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click.
Welcome back to the Stewart Law Offices Halftime Report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has over 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Halftime of the 3A title game. Daniel leads Camden 28-21. And let's hear from our sponsor, Ingles.
Hey, everybody. This is Friday Night Rivals. I'm Nelson Weston, and like all of y'all, I'm ready for some good old-fashioned state championship high school football, baby. And who better to join us than our good friend from Ingles Markets, Melissa Level. Melissa, are you excited about the game?
I'm excited about the game. What a great season it's been for both of the teams, and we're going to find out who the best of the best is.
Indeed we are. Now, speaking of high school championships, can you share with us the significance of Ingles supporting high school athletics?
Well, supporting high school athletics is part of an overall plan of supporting high school education, or education in general. Children are our future, they're our culture. We're looking forward to following them through that journey. So athletics is just a very big part of our community. People love high school football, and they love our kids. So good place for Ingles to be.
Absolutely. And speaking of Ingles, you and I both know that Ingles is undoubtedly the place you want to shop for all your delicious, mouth-watering tailgating specials.
Absolutely.
What all can we expect in these specials? What kind of food are we talking about?
We can keep it simple. You can go right to the wing bar and pick up a set of wonderful wings, all sorts of different flavors, a great big salad, or you can go to the deli and get a wonderful fresh-made sub with boar's head meat, or you can just get a little creative, go back and get the best meat of town, grill up a steak, get yourself a salad from the fresh produce in the deli, and a little bit of a baked potato on the side.
a steak and a salad and a baked potato on the side. That would definitely hit the spot right about now.
Definitely, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
I'll see you there.
Of course. You and I both know that when it comes to the Tools for Schools program, it is very impactful in the community. For those who may be unfamiliar, can you share with us an overview of Tools for Schools? And more importantly, can you also share with us how does somebody get involved with it?
Tools for School is a partnership between Ingalls, our customers, and our school community. It's through the Ingalls Advantage Card. Every time you shop at Ingalls and use your Ingalls Advantage Card, if you register with the school of your choice, you are going to be donating to that school. Teachers then can buy supplies, big or small, all the way down from pencils all the way up to air conditioning systems, band uniforms, all sorts of wonderful things. It keeps the teachers' money in their own pocket and allows them to stock the school supplies with what they need.
That's terrific. Melissa, keep up the great work.
Thank you.
All right.
Let's get her done.
Let's get her done indeed. Folks, this is Friday Night Rivals. And now, time for some championship football. Let's get it.
We are at halftime, the 3A title game. Daniel 28, Camden 21. Stay tuned. When we come back from this next break, Jack on the sidelines will have an interview with SCHSL Commissioner Dr. Jerome Singleton. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us. More halftime coming up.
'Twas the day before Christmas, and at the North Pole, the elves were all gleeful, mind, body, and soul. From making to baking, content as you please, when off in the distance they heard a loud sneeze.
Hello, I'm in need of normal human cold medicine.
One last stop to top off the tank, and Santa's a go, with Ingalls to thank. Merry Christmas from Ingalls.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Going to college for esports feels amazing. Growing up, it's something I never thought would happen. My family never thought it would happen. And then within 2.5 years, here I am.
He's actually a madman whenever it comes to playing on the sticks. You know, he's going to be the first one that pursues this into an academic career.
Me getting an esports scholarship could show other students that it's possible for them too, as long as they put their mind to it and put some effort into it.
Welcome back to the Stewart Law Office's Halftime Report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has over 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today.
We welcome you back into Oliver C. Dawson Stadium, a 28-21 first half Daniel lead. We're back on the sidelines with Dr. Singleton. We had you night one. It's night 3, game 5. Your thoughts on this incredible weekend?
Great experience. You know, first time doing it here, 5 games. I was a little nervous at the beginning because we didn't know what to expect, but I got to tell you, the whole city of Orangeburg and the University of South Carolina State has done such a fantastic job to make us feel welcome. All of our fans seem to have had a great time. It just was a great experience. I loved every part of it. And so many people played a role in this. You know, my staff to start with from the South Carolina High School League and the whole community of Orangeburg, the whole county of Orangeburg. It just turned out to be a great experience. All of our participating schools, they just accepted it and welcomed it, and I think it was great for us.
So many people to thank the product on the field. We've had special teams fakes. We've had game-winning touchdown drives. Can you speak about the performance of the student athletes as well?
Give me that question again. I can hardly...
Just the product of the student athletes and how they've performed on this grand stage. It's just been such an unbelievable weekend from a performance standpoint.
Sure, great performance, and that's what it's all about. When we get to the state finals, you get a great opportunity to show your talent in the best way that you possibly can. This is the stage of champions. So although we had a runner-up and a champion, they are all champions in my book because they all gave a gold medal effort. This was wonderful, and I'm sure the spectators went away with great memories, and I know that the players went away with great memories. It's unfortunate that one of them had to lose, but when they look back at it, they're going to really say that they had a wonderful time, and a big thing we have is to write your story, and they wrote a great part to their story this day.
The South Carolina High School League has created core memories that'll last a lifetime. There are too many people to thank, but we thank you, Dr. Singleton, on behalf of us. It's been an unbelievable week, but we're not done yet. 24 minutes to go. Daniel, 24 minutes away from another state championship. It's 28-21, and we'll be back on the other side of this halftime report.
When I was growing up, I was taught, if you make a promise, you keep it. And for 45 years, that's what we've been doing at A&I Fire and Water Restoration. From Wilmington to Florence, from Myrtle Beach to Charleston. When disaster has struck, we've made promises to tens of thousands of families to turn their houses to homes again. We take pride in keeping our promises. It's what we do, it's who we are.
A&I Fire and Water Restoration.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to the Stewart Law Office's Halftime Report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has over 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit StewartLawOffices.net today.
28-21 is your halftime score. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up in the booth. And how did we get to 28-21? We have a whole moving picture show on how we got here. Let's roll it, fellas.
Was able to take that first score of the game. Daniel takes the opening drive. They punch it in. He says, feed me the football, Colton Chetman. But back come the Bulldogs. Ja Mayrant goes 36 yards right here. That tied the game at 7. Back and forth we go in the first quarter. Once again, here's Chapman. He's going to fake the handoff, going to take it around the right side, walks right into the end zone. 4th down and short play right here. Here goes Kari Bennett, 36 yards to the house. That gives Daniel a 7-point lead. And here comes the big game-changing play of the first half. Tremaine Davis makes the pick at midfield, takes it the distance. That gave Daniel a 2-score lead. But again, here come the resilient Camden Bulldogs. Ja Mayrant, his second score of the first half. And that's where we are at 28-21.
And Camden gets the ball first to start the third quarter. Look at these halftime stats. They are gaudy. Some things jump out at you. Look at those big numbers, though.
Absolutely. Camden leading in total yards, 238, 197. Time of possession, Camden owns that. But right now, the big important stat of this game, 28 Daniel, 21 Camden.
Absolutely, without a doubt. 28-20, he said it, I'll say it again. 28-21 is your halftime score. We'll step away with more halftime coming up after this. The 3A state title game from Oliver C. Dawson Stadium in Orangeburg, South Carolina.
The Stanley Law Group has been there whenever I needed them. Working with Mark, I knew that I had him in my corner and he was back behind me 100%. I would absolutely recommend Stanley Law Group.
We feel that the Stanley Law Group helps those individuals who don't know where to turn in a time of need, such as after a trucking accident. When you contact us, you get your lawyer. At the Stanley Law Group, justice begins here.
I just wanted to take a minute to thank you for all that you do officiating high school football.
What you do matters, and what you do is important for our student athletes.
Without you and what you do, it's just practice.
I know you've worked hard in your preparation this offseason, and now it's game time.
Go out there and call them like you see them.
Embrace the grind.
And the biggest thing of all is to have fun.
Please, stay safe, have a great season, and we'll all be watching.
Just before the start of the third quarter, we're 28-21. Your halftime score has been an exciting, action-packed first half. And our first half recovery is brought to you by the South Carolina Dairy Alliance, the official milk partner of the South Carolina High School League. Now let's go down the field with Jack DeLongshaw with Coach.
There was so much confidence in that first half, down a score in the second half. What was your message at the halftime?
Message was keep playing. We hadn't stopped them. They hadn't stopped us except for the one mistake we had. So we're down by one score. We get the ball first, second half. Message is keep going. Let's go.
And we got to ask you about the most electric 4th and 14 special teams play. You said you had it in the bag all season long. They've really taken on the embodiment of their head coach.
Yeah, it was the perfect time to call it. Great job executing by our guys. Glad we could extend that drive and get a score going into half. But hopefully we won't have to do that very often.
24 minutes until a state championship. Some keys to get away with a victory.
We can't turn the ball over anymore. Our turnover led to a touchdown for them, and we got to get a stop. They hadn't stopped us. Like I said, when we hadn't stopped them, we got to get a stop tonight.
Hey, Coach, really appreciate your time. Back to you guys upstairs.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Coach Remp. Appreciate that. And we're about set to go to start the third quarter. 28-21 is your score. It's been high-flying, high intensity. And, Joe, I can't wait to see what the third quarter has after the first two.
It was everything we thought it would be, everything a championship game should be, right? Two the best teams in 3A going at it toe-to-toe, head-to-head, big plays across the board. And right now, Coach Remp just said it, and we talked about it in the first half. Difference in the game, the defensive touchdown for Daniel. Camden has a chance to get that possession back right here.
That's Coach Frewster on your screen right there. 80 wins in his 8 years there at P.W. Daniel, and 2 titles, all since 2020. Trying to get 3 in 4 years, and the kickoff is underway. Click picture financial kickoff. Going to be a touchback. They'll take over. Camden looking to tie the score.
It's the first time we've seen a deep kickoff by either team all night, and that was a good kick. We'll set Camden up back at the 20.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a big opponent, I'm a big opponent of the pooch kick. I can't stand it. And that one put a full leg into that one, and we'll see right now as we're deep into nightfall here in Orangeburg, South Carolina, the 5th of 5 title games. And Coach, we heard Dr. Singleton talk about it at halftime, and Orangeburg's been a great host, South Carolina State. And this is the finale, the 3A title. Camden looking to finally break through against Daniel. First down from the 20. Let's just throw over the middle, defended. That might have been picked. It was batted and caught. Daniel celebrating. Get that number. That is number 5, Isaac Turner with the pick.
On a tip drill, too. Turner right in the right place at the right time. Comes up with a huge Daniel defensive play to start this second half. If you're Camden, that is just disaster. You couldn't have that happen. If you're Daniel, you're like, okay, up a score now, a chance to once again take a 2-score advantage and really gain an upper hand in this football game.
And with that slant pass, that's what you want. You got the receiver in front of the linebacker. He just bobbled it. He had him in the right spot.
That's a good catch, too. I thought maybe it might have touched the ground, but
yeah, I don't know.
I'm seeing that one.
Here they back to live action, though. They're not giving you time. There's no replay in high school anyway. Nope. Daniel on attack. Runs the ball up to about the 25-yard line. Give it a gain of 2 on the play. Camden now has got to find a way to muscle up right here. They've not stopped Daniel officially. They didn't force a punt with seconds left in the second quarter, so there's been 1 punt for Daniel.
Can you keep them out of the end zone right here? That's paramount.
Early in the third quarter, if you're just joining us, Daniel's in blue with the gold trousers, if you will. Camden in their white with black helmets. Daniel with a short pass and hit immediately. It's going to be a short gain, and nice tackle that time by Wyatt Thompson. On the reception, Sam Earl, I believe it's unofficially his 4th catch of the ball.
Wyatt Thompson did a good job to make a sure tackle right there. And Camden's got him here in the 3rd and medium. Defense having to bow up here.
And they're looking at those wristbands, getting that play called, and they've had a hard time. And, you know, the difference, Colton Chapman with his legs has done it a couple times, and you got to watch the quarterback run right here. 4 wides in the formation. And it's a give this time. Bennett trying to pull a man into the end zone. Touchdown. He hit the pylon. Touchdown. Daniel. Jakari Bennett strikes up. The DW Daniel fights on for the Rush's touchdown, and that is almost backbreaking for Camden early.
Well, you called it, Stacy. Looking for the quarterback, perhaps that time, Colton Chapman. Everybody on Camden's defense thought that Chapman might take that ball. Instead, he rides it off to Jakari Bennett, and he finds pay dirt once again. And Daniel makes you pay for your mistakes. And Camden made a mistake, and Daniel made him pay.
This extra point, Bruce Brown in, number 44, the double 4s. Can make it 35 for Daniel, give him a full 2-touchdown lead, and it is up and good, hands to the sky. Once again, the lead is 2 tuds for Daniel. Camden with a mountain to climb, Joe.
There's Bennett once again, a couple of broken tackles, and he just rides defenders to the end zone.
Everyone has a different story.
I was thinking about taking a gap year after graduation, but after talking with Miss Davis, I just don't think it's for me. I want to move forward with my future.
We hear you. Your future is waiting at a South Carolina technical college. Story.
Bro wanted us to be in the military since we were little. It's been good for him, but it's not for me. I need options.
We hear you. Your future is waiting at a South Carolina technical college.
Back with 10:40 to play in the third. We're early in the second half, and a turnover, a quick change touchdown, and a 7-point lead grew to 14. So there's 3 plays, 27 yards. The scoring breakdown by Stanley Law Group right in front of you.
You just can't have that happen if you're Camden. You're coming out down 7 with the ball. First play turnover. Great job by the Daniel defense to force that quick turnover, and then the sudden change. Daniel's able to take that ball. Only have to go 27 yards. Bennett into the end zone. 73 yards rushing tonight, and 2 times into the end zone.
Another deep kick. That's the new strategy. Clear picture financial kickoff.
Well, give credit to Bruce Brown. All of a sudden, he's out here pumping the football through the back of the end zone. Good credit. Or I'll give a good kick, rather. Give credit to Brown.
Well, he's warmed his leg up with all the extra points. Look at that touchdown one more time by Jakari Bennett.
Again, it's going to come right into your living room and get blocking at the point of attack. Bounces it to the outside, hits that hole, gets another good block on the perimeter, and he just takes tacklers with him all the way to the end zone. Hits that pylon, and when you do that, there go the arms.
Hands to the sky. There's White right there. A lot of work cut out for him right now. 2 picks. 1 resulted in a touchdown. 1 set up a touchdown. The senior has to respond here. Mayrant wide left, and just that man again who's having himself a game, Ben Joplin, laying the lumber. Ben Joplin's flying around, sir.
He just kind of made his way down the line of scrimmage, watched, went with the flow of the play, and then closed out and made the tackle. You're right, Stacy. Joplin's had a big game here tonight.
He really has.
Force up there.
Absolutely. His impact has been felt, man. He's made tackles up the middle on both sidelines. He's running sideline to sideline and being very physical. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Man in motion again. They're going to try White this time. White, nothing happening. White got about 3.5 on that.
And all of a sudden, Camden now in a real big down. They're behind the chains. It's going to be 3rd down at about 7. They have to pick this up and try to get something going on this drive.
Well, Joe, what play do you trust now? The slant has failed you. The flare out to the man near the sideline has been picked off for a pick 6. Over the middle has not worked all night. Let's see what play call they come up here. What play? This is going to be your Sunday best, Sunday go to meeting pass right here on 3rd and 7.
Now you got single coverage on Aiden Harriet. I might look at 7 if I'm Camden.
White looks left, and there's that pass out to the flanks again. Mayrant has to make 2 men miss. Stretch the ball out, and he's going to be a hair short.
They have to go for this.
I think you're right.
I think they have to.
This might be you don't want to punt it away right now. This could be an early ball game call right here.
Defense hadn't stopped them yet. I think you got to go for this, and they are lining up to do so.
And they are definitely doing so. It's a heavy jump on almost. And White steps through and needed a yard. He got about 5. He's a big one.
Well, you got a 6 foot, 245-pound loaded quarterback. You just snap him the ball and just try to push a couple of bodies forward and let him find his way. He picks up a crucial Camden 1st down.
Will Lou Gray Opportunity School 1st down. Will Lou Gray, a rich tradition of individualized learning. 34-yard line is where they'll snap it from. Big drive to answer coming up for Camden right now. You feel like they have to score here.
Mm-hmm.
White's going to keep it. Rolling right over the middle. Underthrew it. He had a man. If he throws it, put a loft under, he has a man. Harriet might have had a step, but he underthrew that. That could have been disastrous.
And it's number 10, Tremaine Davis on coverage right there. That's a tough throw to make for Grayson White. He's under heavy duress, tries to throw it back across his body, back across the field. Tremaine Davis there, but we'll credit the receiver that time for kind of breaking up that interception.
He did. He became a nice cornerback there in the middle of that play. And Tremaine Davis, a good-looking junior defensive back. Good-looking play. It's a great burst to the ball. And he's reading his mail right now. He's really all in White's business.
Well, you saw Coach Lewis Clyburn right there, Camden's offensive coordinator, a 1990 grad of Camden, trying to dial up some ball plays now.
Wide right. Has a little bit of room. A cutback. Nice cutback that time. And it depends on the mark. This may be a 1st down. I think they're going to give it to him. And Mayrant got tackled awkwardly. Gets up a little gingerly right there. But it's going to be a Will Look Great Opportunity to School 1st down. That's a big play behind the sticks.
No question about that. You see the name Ja. He's kind of fashioned that on his helmet there with the dog bones. That's his name.
Oh, I see that. That's very cool. Very clever.
Yep. But that's a big 1st down for Camden. They've got to obviously master the obvious stuff. Take this and stick this in the end zone if you're the Bulldogs. Try to pull back into the 1-score game.
3 wides in the formation. They have not passed a lot. And they've had a couple of them go really bad for him. They're going to look this time left, fake, a double move, and this time he pulls it down, and Grayson White is going to run for about 6 right there, but it was a double move. It was covered.
It was. He wanted Aiden Harriet out there on the left side. That's what Grayson White wanted to go to. He wanted to go to Aiden Harriet that time, but obviously Daniel did a really good job of kind of diagnosing that, covering that, and all Grayson White could do was scramble, and he still scrambles for 6 yards.
Yeah, and they could do that, but that's why you got to stay close. You take that out of the game if you fall behind any further. You got to stay within striking distance, so his legs can still be a fact. You believe that, and it's going to be 2nd down and 4. Ball's at the 49-yard line, just across midfield on that SC Bulldog logo, SC State Bulldog logo. Hickman, left side, 1st down, and a little extra. Needed to make the 45, gets down to about the 43-yard line. Will Luke Gray Opportunity School 1st down right there.
I like watching Avery Hickman. He just picks him up and puts him down, does it in a hurry.
Yes.
He's going somewhere with a full head of steam and with a sense of urgency, picks up a Camden 1st down.
Another one of those sophomores that started in that game, 2021. Bitter taste still in their mouth. White, one of them. Avery Hickman, one of them. Mayrant. Nash on the defensive side of the ball.
Nash, absolutely.
Nash is going to end up being one of the all-time leading tacklers in Camden history. Had 175 coming into the ball game. White Going to run that across the 40 to about the 39-yard line. So they had a real great opportunity to score first down a play ago, and they're taking the time, methodical.
Well, they owned time of possession in the first half at Camden, a couple of 6+ minute touchdown drives in the opening 24 minutes, and they're working on another time crunch here.
And when people talk about, football, the kind of compatible football, if you will, if you're going to play that kind of style, you can't turn it over. White looking he wants the whole thing. Mayrant's behind the defender. Caught. Did he get across? Stuck the ball out. It's going to be at the 1-yard line. What a throw. What a catch. Big second down conversion. Automax of the Carolinas red zone. More so than that, they're in the shadow of the end zone. Mayrant and company trying to answer.
Just a go route right here. Kind of a fade. Grayson White gets time to throw it and just drops it right into the red basket right here at John Mayrant. He tries to stick the ball across. And I'm not so sure he didn't get there.
Right. Same.
Official calls him out at the 1, but Dogs knocking on the door to try to make this 35-28.
And a lot of old school folks don't like shotgun right here, right? But Grayson White's a big boy. Let's see if he puts his 6 foot 245 in the middle right there. It's going to be Avery Hickman. He faked it to Hickman, and it is White. He kept it. Made it look too easy, didn't it? Fooled everybody.
Great fake.
Rush's touchdown. Camden Bulldog fight song. Strike it up. As they draw closer to Daniel. And will they go for one here? Of course they will. It'll be 28-35 with the converted extra point. Those 2 turnovers still loom.
If Camden does not win this game, that's the first thing you'll look at.
Absolutely.
Next to the final score.
Absolutely. Kick is up and good. Max Ford. 35-28. We have a barn burner going from right here in Orangeburg, the 3A title game.
I am glad I'm here because it's really helping me.
I have a lot of things I want to do.
I like being in charge of others.
My confidence how really build up stuff.
This place has showed me it's not good to run from your education.
It's a really great place. You got people here that are willing to help you.
It's something that's going to get you through every day. It's just something you have to have. And they're making it possible for me because if I wasn't here, I would not be in high school.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Oliver C. Dawson Stadium on the campus of South Carolina State, your site for our 5th and final for all of our games. It's been a great weekend of champions for the South Carolina High School League. And Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up in the booth. My man Jack DeLongshaw on the sidelines. Great production crew at work here. You see Camden just came within a touchdown where they've kind of been most of the game, Joe. They got to find a way to break through if they're going to have a chance to finally get past Daniel to a title.
They're going to have to find a way to steal a possession. Wouldn't shock me to see maybe a little razzle-dazzle on this kickoff here if you're Camden. You've got to try to steal a possession back.
Absolutely.
Because, like you just said, it just feels like they've been 1 score down, the 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
The big stat of this game so far.
Clear picture. Financial kickoff underway, and it is that pooch kick. Fielded at the 31. You give away a lot of field position with that. And he's knocked down. Did they say he called a fair catch? The referee is standing back at the 33-yard line. He was toggled at the 37. They may be saying he waved that as a catch, a fair catch. Okay, yeah, another teammate. Looks like a voice in my ear tells me another teammate called a fair catch for him. Yeah, so.
Again, the little pooch kick right there, Stacey.
Take a look to your right of your screen right here.
It's a guy kind of behind right there.
Yeah.
Jermaine Davis, number 10, was kind of the one who did it, but he kind of did it after the ball had passed him.
Yes. There's some strange looking play there, but they're gonna rule it down at the 32-yard line. 5:26 to play in the third. This has been action packed. Something tells me I think this is not a bold prediction. 35 won't win it, Joe.
I think that's bold, Stacey. You're going out there now.
Yeah, I'm on a limb. 35 won't win. I am Nostradamus in here. Room to the left, and that's just too many yards if you're Camden. That's 9 at least, and it might be a first down. And that's another running back in the ball game, Torrey Shaw.
He does a great job. He finds nothing up the middle where the play was designed. He bounces it and is able to move the chains.
Will Lou Gray Opportunity School, first down. Will Lou Gray, a rich tradition of individualized learning. Short throw, that bubble screen again. Room over there, good, well blocked. Down inside the 45-yard line. Another Will Lou Gray Opportunity School, first down. That's 16 on the catch and run. Jason Bish.
That's Wilson Nash on the tackle. Wilson Nash, one of a number of Nashes through the years that have played football at Camden High School. He's able to close and make the tackle. But again, not before Daniel picks up yards for a fresh set of downs.
I'm not calling Nash's name a lot tonight, but he's always around the ball. Nice job up front by Camden at the time. First man on the spot to tear that play up was Dontrell Wilson, only a sophomore, 6 foot, 300 pounds. Bright future for that young man.
And Camden needs a lot more of plays like that from Dontrell Wilson to try to slow down this Daniel offense, which they just haven't done really at any point, unless, like you mentioned, at the end of the half in this ball game.
2nd and 9. At some point, they've got to get back in possession. You mentioned it earlier. They're chasing Daniel. And it's that run, that quarterback run in the middle has been so strong for Daniel all night, and this time they gash him again. It's going to be about a yard short. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. Daniel really has Camden on roller skates defensively. They're going to go to the line quickly, and that's a good tackle, but not going to be enough. The sticks are going to move. They're going to mark it.
It's going to be close.
Yeah.
Maybe a skosh.
A skosh. A smidge. Is a skosh more than a smidge or less?
I think it's a little less.
Okay. I'm down for the skosh and the smidge. They're going to call for a measurement. Yeah, they're waving the
something you don't often see.
You don't see those anymore.
On the field.
Yeah, you don't see the chain gang as much as you used to back in the day. Slows up the game. You know, everything's all about.
And this game has had a good flow and a pace to it.
It really
I think
has.
It's been well officiated.
Yes, really has. So we'll see what this is. You said a skosh. And it is. It's going to be literally 2 chain lengths. I think that is a skosh.
I think that's a skosh.
Let's go down to Jack with the injury update. Jack, what's up, man?
8 guys for Camden. The big fella up front plays on both sides of the football. Donald Moore, big number 18, plays tight end in those 2 tight end packages. Also see him on that defensive front as well. He took a shot to the lower left ankle. Camden took him into the medical tent very briefly. It was good to go back out there, but if he seems a little gingerish, or if he's limping around a little gingerly, that's why.
Thank you so much, Jack, for that update. And we'll bring you our injury updates and our fire water restoration. So it's going to be 4th down in that skosh you mentioned. I think it was more of a smidge, Joe, but we can debate that another time. We may have another whole season next year together.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. We get our skoshes and our smidges together. That's Coach Fruster. So much success up there, as you mentioned, coaching for his alma mater. It's got to be a special feeling.
If you're Camden, you've got to try to find a way to get penetration, move them back.
And right now, the referees will stop and play for a moment. The NFL calls it the tush push. I don't know what the high school version is, but you may see that.
Philadelphia and Jalen Hurts, they have perfected that play.
Yes, I don't know what they call it here, but you're going to see, you may see, he's under center. Again, we don't see that a lot in high school football. So Colton Chapman under center, and that's what he does. And he didn't have it at first. The ball came out. That meant Camden football, the turnover they needed. He reached that ball off for more yardage, fighting for more, and Camden takes the football away. How about that with 3:49 left to play in the 3rd?
Interesting play. Chapman had the first down if he just falls down, but he's fighting for extra yardage. You can't fault the effort right there, but that's the turnover if Camden comes out of there with that football, which looks like they did.
And it is number 1, JoJo Krim. Hadn't called his name a lot, but he's one of the leading players on offense and does return kicks. Take a look at that. Krim gets it. Watch him stick his arm out. Joe, talk about it.
Originally, he did not have the first. You see this right here. Camden gets the penetration we're talking about. He can't get forward. Now he does get the shove in the back, and that's where the ball gets jarred loose right there. Shiver Huggins able to knock that thing out of there.
And Krim and another teammate, they both sandwiched the football into a sandwich. And that, we talked about them needing a break. That is a nominee for the play of the game. We have play of the game. We will give out at the end of the game. It is a Safe Federal Credit Union play of the game nominee coming up in the 4th quarter. We'll announce that. That is a candidate, Joe. And right now, depending on what they do with it, is how big that fumble recovery is.
Absolutely. Too. Huggins, again, with the forced fumble right there. Graham comes out of there with it.
White's going to keep it and just runs into a team meeting of Daniel defenders right there. Too many blue jerseys. And they're like the tree planted beside the water. They said they will not be moved.
And they weren't.
They were not. They're going to give them 2 yards on that. That may be generous. 2nd and 8. They want to stay out of passing down. I won't say the confidence in the passing game is lost, but if they can grind this out on the ground, they'd rather. If people say if they had their druthers, Joe. Empty backfield, though. As soon as I say that, they empty backfield. But let's see if a man comes in motion. There he is. They've run out of this many times, and they do this time. Mayrant lost his footing, got ahead to the 30, maybe to the 32-yard line. They're going to give him that, and that'll be 3rd down and 2. It keeps them ahead of the sticks.
You see the jet action coming. You talked about it. Will they bring motion? And that's exactly what they did with John Mayrant. Brought him back to the formation, ran that jet. He almost slipped down there as he took the handoff, able to maintain his balance and get himself north and south. And Camden's really 2-down territory here.
Absolutely. And both teams, I said the wide plays won't really work. The cutback is there because they float to the ball. So both teams very fast to the football. He did a good cutback and almost lost his footing. Mayrant goes in motion. Hickman to the left of White. 3 wides in the formation, 2 up top, 1 to this near sideline. And a timeout's going to be, is that a flag or a timeout? There's a stoppage here.
They got a timeout, Camden did, before the delay of game.
It was coming.
It sure was.
They made that timeout. We marked that. That timeout may be huge with 2:17 to play in the 3rd. May need it later. Take a look at Coach Memphis.
You could not have afforded to lose 5 yards on a silly penalty right there if you're Camden. So you take the timeout, try to regroup, figure out what you want to do on 3rd down and short. Again, I believe 2-down territory for Camden here. If they don't pick it up on 3rd, they'll definitely go for it on 4th.
We talked about that fumble recovery. That was big for them. This defense has been big for them all year. The defense has scored 4 touchdowns for Camden this year.
Yep.
They gave up 1 this time. They're still looking to steal their possession. They're going to get a win this time. Yeah, that A&I Fire and Water Restoration Player of the Game coming up in the 4th quarter as well. We have a lot of candidates for that. A&I Fire and Water Restoration. You can rely on AI. That's their slogan. A&I Fire and Water Restoration. I can't wait to see. That means we have some more emerging players that will make plays. 2:17 left in the 3rd and a whole 4th quarter of excitement coming up. 35-28, you see your score on the screen. 35 won't win it, folks. Both offenses have been very, very efficient. 2 turnovers for Camden are the difference right now. 3rd and 2. Mayrant in motion. White, room. White showing the speed and a burst across midfield. Needed 2, got about 17. Will Lugray opportunity to score 1st down.
And you watch him fake the jet this time. Here goes Mayrant in motion. I kind of go with him. Grayson pulls it, says, I'm going to take this and try to do it myself. Good stiff arm of the defender right there. And easily picks up a fresh set of downs. Camden, you're late in the 3rd on the march to try to tie this thing.
Will Lugray opportunity to score 1st down. He gave somebody the Heisman going through that secondary. He's at his best when he gets rumbling through that 2nd level. 1:47 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. And he threw it out wide. Diagnosed, and the ball was dropped off. Harriet picked that ball up as Mayrant got blown up as soon as he caught that pass. So 2 things happened. It was well defended, but without that defender, there was nobody on that side of the field.
Nobody. It was kind of a late throw by Grayson White right here. John Mayrant kind of up in the air. Credit Aiden Harriet being kind of Johnny on the spot for Camden right there. They're able to pick up a couple of yards. You see it right here. Take a look. White fakes it, pulls it. Now he's going to kind of run and then kind of flips it out there. Ooh, boy, John Mayrant. And again, the guy we talked about all night on defense, Tremaine Davis, kind of makes the play there for Daniel.
Playing himself a ball game. 2nd and 8. White with room on the left side. He's going to rumble across the 40. Inside the 35, knocked out at the 31-yard line, close to a hold on that side over there, and they got away with it. I think the defender pulled his hands back. Will Lugray opportunity to score 1st down.
And that was Carter Remp again, the best offensive lineman Camden has. Kind of sealed the perimeter out there for Grayson White to be able to. And Grace kind of took a look. You'll see it right here. He kind of takes a look and says, "Hey, look at all that green grass out there. I can just run it." And watch it right there. You see the defender couldn't quite disengage from Remp. Gets over there and misses a tackle, and Grayson White just rumbles his way for another Camden 1st down.
Carter Remp, the son of Coach Brian Rep. 6'3", 275. White to Hickman. Hickman's going to try the middle again, and nothing happening around that left side. A tackle maybe for a yard. Maybe give him a yard on that. That may be the last play of the third quarter, Joe.
Jalen Williams, senior defensive lineman right there, made a big-time play for Daniel, and that will be the final play of the third.
Good stuff from both of these teams. 38-20. The score's been locked there for a while. We haven't been on the same score for a while without movement on the scoreboard. We'll step away. We'll put 4 fingers in the air. This is the third time in 4 years they played. Back for more coming up.
When I was growing up, I was taught, if you make a promise, you keep it. And for 45 years, that's what we've been doing at A&I Fire and Water Restoration. From Wilmington to Florence, from Myrtle Beach to Charleston. When disaster has struck, we've made promises to tens of thousands of families to turn their houses to homes again. We take pride in keeping our promises. It's what we do, it's who we are.
A&I Fire and Water Restoration.
I'm a firefighter. I was inside of a structure fire and I had a partial collapse. The roof came down on me, knocked me to my knees, and ended up getting drug out. Stuart Law Offices was able to get me the help I needed to be able to get back to work. They fought for me. They helped me with every step of the way. If I had a question, I could call them at any time. They called me with updates all the time. If you've been hurt and need help, you should call Stuart Law Office.
Start of the fourth, 35-28, Daniel over Camden, and not just because I'm hungry. Let's talk about the Eagles' food for thought that we talked about earlier before the game.
Yeah, we talked about this as the ninth meeting between these two teams. Daniel leads the series 7-1. All of the games in the playoffs, in the 3A Upper State playoffs, the first time Camden won, the only time they won was on their way to the 1990 state championship. Daniel won the next 2 years, 91-92. They beat Camden along the way.
Back to live action. Harriet fakes it. White ankle tackle. He's getting across the 30-yard line, but not a lot happening. Not a Nuka. The speedy and physical Daniel defense shut that down real quickly there.
That gives Camden, it brings them to a crucial play right here too, Stacy. Third down and long, 3rd down and 8 from the Daniel 30.
And you mentioned earlier, this may be 4-down territory the rest of the game.
No question.
For Camden.
No doubt.
Especially with the fourth chapter of a 4-chapter story. You know, we roll credits the next time the clock hits 0 here. They got to make some hay, and nothing happening. Call that no gain.
Tristan Carrington, a great play by Daniel to stop that for nothing. And now Camden, play of the game coming up for them. They have to convert here.
4th and 8 for a team that really has been reluctant to throw it after the early going. That defensive line, that junior right there. They got a lot of good juniors on this team. They say good programs don't graduate. Always good folks coming through the funnel, coming through the pipeline, and that's Coach Rep right there trying to figure out a way to tie this thing up.
What do you dial up on 4th and 8 here?
Absolutely. You keep the ball in White's hand. It'll be a decision. White makes 3 wides to the top of the screen. He goes to the end zone. It's double coverage over there. Nobody's home. Caught. That's an interception. Guess who? Is that Tremaine? He's held up 2 fingers. He's telling you. Tremaine Davis. He's telling you that's 2. In case you can't count, he's held up 2 fingers. Nice job that time by the junior having himself a ball game.
This is just a fade to the back right corner of the end zone. They're just throwing one up there, and Davis is reading this all the way. Probably would have been better off to just let that ball go incomplete. It gets you a little bit more field position, but hey, he's thinking pick.
Absolutely.
He gets the interception. Daniel turns Camden over right here. You'll see it again. It's going to come right into your living room.
Yeah.
Looks left, throws right. And that's just in the coverage there. Really no chance to hit Mayran. And for the second time tonight.
Those DBs work too hard. He's not going to turn down the intercept. He worked too hard turning those hips, running those steps.
Yep.
Great job by Davis.
Third pick thrown tonight by Grayson White.
Absolutely. Straightening it out wide, and good job by the Camden defense. Knocked out of bounds by 5. Wyatt Thompson, a gain of about 1. And really, they've done a pretty decent job holding down Bennett. Bennett broke through and hurt him a couple times, but came in with gaudy numbers, and reputation is there, and he's a solid player, but the turnovers are going to be the story if it stands like this.
No doubt about that. Bennett has scored a couple of touchdowns tonight, but Camden has got to find a way to get a stop here.
And they put it in the air right there, throwing wide, and a missed tackle, still falling forward for about 3 yards that time. That's Sam Earl. Are you talking about needing a stop? Still a one-score game, though. It's not doom and gloom. It's 9:49.
No, not at all.
But they got to do something now that they haven't done all night. And
well, except for the forced fumble the last time around.
Exactly.
But they haven't done that enough.
And you can't count on you can't necessarily count on turnovers.
Nope.
Although you may start pulling it out and ripping at the ball at this point as well. So. Clock is ticking at 9:28. Daniel in no hurry. They're loitering. They're just chilling. Just hanging out. Man in motion. They may go to him. Wide open in the middle. First down and more. Hit hard at the 40-yard line and falling forward is going to be Colton Chapman. That's a Doctor's Implants first down.
And Camden rushes 4 here and really loses contain on Chapman. They kind of lost sight of him. No spy in the middle of the field. Chapman reads it. He sees all, boom, hits it. That's a fresh set of downs. Big first down there for Daniel.
That's not the first, second, or third time he's done that. Dangerous pass in traffic, but caught and fighting forward close to a first down. It's number 35. That may be his first catch of the ball game. Chris Chancellor, a 9th grader.
Yeah, a lot of
freshman.
A lot of bodies over there. Look like rush hour at Buc-ee's right there.
I love it.
A lot of bodies in that area, but he's able to find the room.
Bennett dancing. Needed a yard or so, got about 7. Doctor's Implants first down again, and not what the doctor ordered for the Camden Bulldogs. They need a stop.
A Daniel score here really puts Camden in a bind because the clock is starting to become the enemy. Camden has not scored quickly tonight. They would have to try to hurry something up.
What Daniel can't afford is another turnover. They've done well protecting the ball, except for that one play by Chapman, and that's going to be a false start, and that's a small break for Camden.
Dead ball.
See him rolling those arms up. The disco move, illegal procedure. The white hat.
I have that as only Daniel's second penalty tonight.
Yeah, that's
this has been a clean game. I think the officials have done a great job of keeping the flow of the game going and not calling everything. Just kind of knowing how to manage the game. I think they've done a good job here tonight.
I agree. Kudos. We agree on that. Ball's at the 49. 3 wides in the formation. 4 wides. Check that. They're going to throw over the middle. Caught. That's a good tackle that time. Open field, but a good throw and catch for Daniel. A tackle made by number 20, Tylen Drakeford, a sophomore. The Drakeford name is known throughout Kershaw.
Fake and then roll to the right. Nice little throw out there to Sam Earl, and they pick up that penalty yardage, and they are able to get themselves into a very manageable second down here.
They felt very comfortable putting the ball in Chapman's hands with this one-score lead, and it's going to be a first down. Somebody got rolled up on late in that play. Hope it's okay, but Bennett may have gotten that first down. They'll move the sticks, I believe. So when they mark it, they're going to mark him about a football length short.
Sean Bolger, the center, got rolled up on right there. You kind of see him limping around a little bit. That kind of looked, well, you hate to see that. He's going to be okay staying out there.
Tough kid. Third down and very short. Bennett, and Bennett's gone. Bennett, it's a foot race. He's going to win it. Bennett a la casa. Daniel stretches the lead out once more. Jakari Bennett strikes up the Daniel fight song, and it's a rushes touchdown for Jakari Bennett, his 3rd of the night.
We're talking about potential players of the game. His name might have just shot right to the top of that list, and Daniel now takes a commanding 2-score lead with only 7:04 left in this one.
So you mentioned Camden has taken long drives to score. This extra point will make it 14 points. And they do have a player down on the field at about the 27-yard line.
And again, that's Sean Bolger, the center, who got rolled up on the previous play. And he tried to gut it out that play. And I think this goes back to the previous play where he kind of got hit from behind.
Yeah,
I hope he's going to be okay.
Tell you what's going to make it feel better if they hold on to this lead. And I always look at when something happens like that. He is a senior.
Yeah.
Could be his last game ever. Take a look at the touchdown run by Jakari Bennett. Talk about it, Joe Cashin.
Coming right at you again. Here comes Bennett. Takes the handoff, cuts it back, finds the hole, kind of cuts it right back up the middle of the field. And, boy, that's almost too easy. Nobody touches him from Camden. He waltzes into the end zone.
He was just doing cardio. He was cardio at that point.
He really was. Picking him up, putting him down. He's into the end zone again. And, again, that's a...
Yeah, I hope the young man's okay, Bolger.
Again, I think that went back to the previous
play.
He
definitely. We saw him get rolled up on the end of that run.
He gutted it out for that touchdown.
Yeah, he did. And again, you see that's a good team. You see Jakari Bennett bringing him a water bottle.
Absolutely, he should.
Absolutely, yes. He's paved the way all day long, right? Because Bennett might get a trophy for player of the game or something like that, but he gives him some water and he's going to give him some love and shout outs. The teamwork and the brotherhood on any team is always special. Dead solid, perfect, hands to the sky. Extra point's good, and 42-28, up 2 touchdowns in the 3A state title game. Daniel over Camden thus far.
Healthy on the outside doesn't mean much if vaping has weakened you from the inside, because the chemicals in vapes don't just leave you short of breath. They damage your lungs on a cellular level, leaving even the fittest among us weak and vulnerable to viruses. So what starts as a vapor's cough can easily turn into pneumonia or something worse. Is vaping sabotaging you? Get the facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
There's your story in numerals and pictures. So you're right, the man, 3 touchdowns. The numbers, 42-28, 7:04 to settle it. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin up here in the booth at Oliver C. Dawson Stadium. On the field, Jack DeLongshaw, and glad to have you with us. 7 minutes, there might be some more action to still bring drama to the event. Look at Bennett celebrating. He's having a great time.
As he should.
And he's having himself a ball on the field and now on the sidelines as well. This Clear Picture Financial kickoff. There's been a lot of kickoffs in this game. Bruce Brown, now he goes back to the pooch kick. Harriott's going to throw across the field. It may be room over there. John Mayrant. He's got to run some angles. He's going to cut it back. John Mayrant to the house. Touchdown. Camden Bulldogs on the trickeration. What a call. What execution. Strike up that Bulldog fight song. Rush's touchdown for the Camden Bulldogs. They answer.
I look like Titans and Bills from the 1999 NFL playoffs. How about that? You throw it back across the field on the kickoff. Wow. Is that close to a forward pass? No. Apparently not. The officials say no. That's a good backward pass. And, boy, how about Coach Rimp pulling out all the stops? The fake on the 4th down punt in the first half that picked up a first down, and then you backward pass it on the kickoff to steal a score there. John Mayrant goes the distance. Wow, what a play.
15 seconds. I said the numbers told us to 7:04. We had 6:49. Now 15 seconds, and the lead cut in half. And that's big. The extra point, no good. 42-34. That could come up big. Wow, a lot happening, Joe. Trying to process it all. There's the play again. Talk about it, Joe. Tell me exactly what we saw. They're going to roll the moving picture show right here.
Again, you get the short kind of pooch kickoff.
They knew it was coming clearly.
That Aiden Harriott fields at looks like about the 24, throws it back across the field, and boy, Mayrant takes it in right about the 24, and there's really nobody over there. Gets one great block by JoJo Krim, cuts it back middle of the field, and he's going to be escorted on his way to the end zone. And It's a fun one to watch tonight if you like those kind of plays. And if you're Brian Rimpf, you had to try to find a way to get a quick score. We talked about how Camden takes a long time to march. You couldn't take that time. Boom, hit them with a big one right there. Camden back in it.
And now they're back to being one stop, one score to tie the ball game. Now they would need two, but a lot had to go right in that play,
Yep.
Joe. They had to be the pooch kick to make a shorter play. The throw had to be perfectly backwards and not a penalty.
Exactly.
Mayrant, the burst of speed and the cutback and the one block. Yep. All that had to happen.
And it did.
And it did. Wow.
Fun football game.
It is really fun, man. It is really fun. 4-14 had the extra point. Had the extra point that was missed, and he may come in to play again. You know, he does play wide receiver as well on this team. But you got a feeling that extra point may or may not be a factor, depending upon the defense played by Camden in the next 6 minutes. Clear Picture Financial kickoff coming up. Right to left, Camden kicking the ball off to the D.W. Daniel Lions. Lions looking for their third title in 4 years.
Daniel, the team of the 90s.
Yes.
3A with 4 state championships in the decade of the 90s. And trying to add their 8th here tonight.
There's a push kick that... Take a look one more time at it.
We'll take a look at that kickoff one more time. Beautiful return. And this one kind of coming from the end zone. 8 period out there. Makes a good clean catch. And then all of a sudden he pulls up. It's like, uh-oh, here we go. Camden going to throw it back across the field. And John May ran with that speed. Yeah, look at the speed. Now watch the block right there. Boom. Here comes JoJo Krim. Takes out the one defender that he had to take out. And he does it, Stacy, as you called it. All that had to go right. And it did.
It did. And now Daniel has to answer the answer. The ball's at the third. That pooch kick, though, Joe. Look at the field position.
I know.
Ball's at the 37-yard line. Daniel, they're rallying hats to the ball right now. Camden shuts that down for maybe a gain of 2.
Defensive series of the game right here for Camden. Have to get a stop. Have to.
Absolutely. It's a must-have.
Daniel, you can work on some clock. You pick up a couple, 2 or 3 first downs here. We almost get this one to the house.
You're right. Remember, Camden called one earlier.
Yep, sure did. Had to avoid a delay of game penalty.
Torrey Shaw in at running back, giving a rest to Bennett. Moves to the left of Colton Chapman. Chapman's going to keep it. He's been lethal. And this time fights his way. He's going to make it third and very interesting. Going to be 3rd down and 3.
Both these quarterbacks are so good, Stacy, at taking contact and then picking up yards after contact. They don't go down when they get hit. They're able to fall forward, pick up 2, 3, 4 extra yards. Both these quarterbacks tonight have been phenomenal for that.
You're talking about plays. It's a big play right here.
Yeah.
Do you force a punt or do you give it up here? You got to not only make it stop, make the tackle. You can't make it 4th and 1 either. They may go for it. And you can't jump, Joe.
Nope.
You cannot give him 5 free ones. And he's going to be short. It's going to be a yard short now. Decision time.
Oh, Jeff Rooster's going to go for
this. Yeah, he's going to go for it. The offense not thinking about coming off the field.
Daniel.
This could be ball game right here, either way.
You're going for this Jeff Rooster right there, center of your screen.
They may call a timeout, though. They said they call a timeout to think about it. It's 4th and 1.
Here it is for Camden. Here it is for both teams.
Yes.
Play of the night.
Absolutely. Can't jump. Once again, you can't jump if you're Camden, though. They may be trying to bait him. Play clock is at 7. He did not get it. Camden with a 4th down stop. Huge play. We got to get the number. Somebody knifed through it. It's going to be their ball with a shorter field.
I don't think Chapman was ready for the snap, Stacy. It looked like that play the timing was completely off. I'm not sure. We'll get another look at this. I don't know that he was ready for that snap because when he got the snap, it was kind of an odd-looking play. Camden got the penetration they needed and got an unbelievably huge 4th down stop.
Limping up the field now once again. For Daniels, 55, that was injured earlier. He back on there.
Oh, he bobbled it. Is what happened. He bobbled the snap, and when that happened, the entire timing of the play got broken up. Dontrell Wilson got in there and got the stop for Camden that they had to have. And
that's a good play by a sophomore. That's how you become a local legend.
Exactly.
Right there. Big stop, and now they have to answer. And they don't have to rush now with 4:44.
No, they have time.
High snap. Oh, White with room on the left side, cuts back to the middle. He gets 9 on that. It's a big chunk, and we have a flag down. Yep. And where it's thrown at, so you also get holding right there. And that would be devastating.
formation, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it's usually on the offense right there. Jack, what you got going on down there, buddy?
Oldest at special teams unit. It's the second time he's gone deep into the bag. But important to note, Aiden Harriet, how about a JV quarterback? That spiraled pretty tight, don't you think, boys?
Absolutely. Lovely looking pass there by the young man. Second down. Holding on Camden. When the flag was thrown, it looks like that could have been the spot, and that's what it was. And now they're going to be behind the sticks. Again, time not a super factor because it's still a one-score game. But now you don't want to give away real estate.
Well, that's a critical penalty if you're Camden right there. That puts you well behind the chains, turns a second and short into first down and 20. Have time right now if you're the Bulldogs, but that time is going to quickly run out if you don't convert. Get some yards here, get back, try to get ahead of the chains here.
Exactly. At some point, you may think they may ask Grayson White to throw a safe pass somewhere there. He has 4 wides in this formation. And they're going to run it wide. There's some room over there, showing the speed on a cutback. Hickman hit forward, then from the back, he got pinballed out there. Speaking of pinballs, right?
I was just thinking of that reference,
he got
the
pinball. Absolutely. Second pinball reference. And Ben Joplin just laying the wood out there.
It's a tough run. You'll see it right here.
Twice.
Going to take the handoff. He's going to go out to the left. Gets a good block out there.
Boom.
From Donald Moore,
and
who's in the game. And then he gets like boom, boom.
Gets planted by Joplin. Thought he would have got a little more than that. He got a good little burst of yards there. Cut some of that penalty yards out.
He
Second
got
and 10.
half of back. Yeah, well, he got all the penalty yards back.
Yeah. So we'll see what they dial up here. White throws. Has a man over there. It's Harriet. Caught at the 16-yard line. What a throw. What a catch. Senior to senior. They dialed up a nice pass play after running so much automatics of the Carolinas red zone.
Aiden Harriet can throw it, and he can also catch it. Great fake here by Grayson White. Kind of pulls the ball right there, pumps, and then lets it go. And Aiden separation, gets the catch, gets a foot down. He's out of bounds. Camden in business.
Remember earlier he dropped one over the defender in the game to Harriet.
Yep.
Similar play. And when asked to, White can show finesse on the passes. They don't have to be in any kind of rush, and they don't want to. They love to score and try the game to end it and go and take the chances in overtime here. 3:44 to play. Don't want to give Daniel a whole lot of time either, but you definitely got to score.
You got to get the ball in the end zone.
Absolutely.
First order of
wide
business.
run, Mayrant. Thought he might have cut that outside, but he's going to pick up 2.
Credit Kahn that time. Spencer Kahn was over there, closed down on that play, kept it to a short game.
Big play calls coming up here, and that pass stands out. A lot of gutsy calls. The lateral.
Hey, you're in a state championship. There's nothing to leave in the bag, nothing to worry about what coaches may see next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Next time the balls are picked up, going to be spring practice. White, great footwork, moving his feet down inside the 10 till about the 6-yard line. He's right at the sticks. That was big.
Again, you see Colton Chapman for Daniel able to do that. He's able to just kind of dance around, pick up first down yards. After contact, Grayson White does the same thing.
Doctor's implant first down. They're not going to be in a hurry right now. They're going to be deliberate. You want to score, but you definitely do not want to give D.W. Daniel the football with a whole lot of time on it left on the clock. Mayrant running wide. He cuts it up, bounces outside, trying to drag defenders, and he gets down to about the 1-yard line. He looks like a tired young man a little bit, too. He's been on the field a lot of touches.
Damian Parker on the stop for Daniel, defensive lineman, 11th grader. You see it here. He just takes the handoff, goes out to the right. Just a couple of nice blocks here. Again, more there, but credit. Actually, it was Isaac Turner who led the charge that time. And then it was Damian Parker who kind of came in and cleaned it up. Camden goal to go here at the 1.
Heading toward the 2-minute mark of the ball game. 2nd and 1 coming up. Empty backfield for White. The man in motion comes. And he just keeps it himself. Is trying to back his way to the end zone. He gets down to the 1. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. I think we may see that play again.
And you may see it 2 more times.
You're right,
Stacy. I mean, this is going to be Grayson White's ball game to try to get this thing in for Camden and then set up obviously the 2-point conversion that will set everything up this last sequence of this game.
Clock rolling at 1:42. They're in no hurry. 2 plays. If they don't get it on 3rd, there will be a 4th down try. Down 8, Camden. White leans in, puts a 245 to work, hands to the sky. Strike up the Camden Bulldog fight song. Smells like team spirit. The youngsters having the ball. The rush is touchdown by the senior, Grayson White.
And what a championship Saturday here.
Awesome.
Stacy had that great 4A game earlier that Westside won by 2. Now Camden here late in this game with 1:29. They've got to convert here to tie this game.
And they need to, not only need to get this untimed down, so 129 is what Daniel will have, minus a kickoff return.
Grayson White has rushed for 13 two-point conversions this season for Camden. Let's see if he can make it 14 and tie this game.
Play of the game coming up right here. One way or the other, this may be the play of the game.
Brian Rev wants to talk about it.
I absolutely would too. Let's step away. We have a dramatic finish. We have a drama in Orangeburg, South Carolina, the 3A state title game. 2-point conversion coming up. Welcome back. We have drama unfolding. 42-40. Camden about to attempt a 2-point try to tie the ball game up with 1:29 left to play in the 3A state title game, trying to get their first title since 2001. Joe, they're spotting it at...
Again, they'll spot it at the 3.
Yeah.
And you can either kick it or go for 2 from right there. Obviously, Camden, extra point does nothing. You can line up and go for 2 because you got to have it right here. You can kind of move the ball around if you want to. Camden taking it into the middle of the field.
He has Hickman to his right side. 4 wides. And they roll Grayson White out. And White's going to run on him and gets in. He was not going to be denied. Grayson White ties the game up with some trickeration. Eye-candy in the backfield. We are all tied up at 42, and we played 4 quarters and all but 129, and we've settled absolutely nothing, Joe Kesher.
Well, again, we talked about Grayson White. He's run for 13 2-point conversions this season. Give him 14 now as the Bulldogs tied. It was Grayson White on the touchdown. We'll see both of these here coming up. But what a drive by Camden when they had to have it. Here's the touchdown here. You fake the handoff. You take it straight up the middle. Grayson White into the end zone. And then it's going to be Grayson White once again on the 2-point conversion. Takes a snap. Almost the identical play. Just take the ball, run straight up the middle, get a couple of good blocks at the point of attack, which he does. James Williams there with a big block for Camden.
And a flex.
And we have 89 seconds left to decide this thing.
And I'll tell you what, Daniel's going to, they're going to leave nothing in their pockets. They're going to empty the sack right here.
What a ball game.
And Coach Ramp, the poise, his face hasn't changed the whole game, right? Neither has Coach Fister. Both of them stone-faced. You do that when you know you have talented kids.
You know they're churning on the inside.
Oh, absolutely.
You know they're
but
churning.
You can't let the kids see it.
No, you got to be cool.
You can't let the kids see it. And
now
the question, the pooch kick, watch that. That's the pooch kick thing with me, right? The pooch kick would be devastating for Camden right now. You can't give Daniel the ball at the 35, 40-yard line right here. That's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, and Daniel still has all 3 timeouts in the pocket. They have plenty of time. All they need is 3.
Hey, back up.
I'd kick it out of bounds and give it to him at the 35 if you can't kick it in the end zone. That's better than the 40. That's better because those pooch kicks have not been kind. And it's a pooch to the 20. They got to cover it well. Here's a crease. And down to, so that's better than the kicking out of bounds to the 35. They tackle him at the 33, and that's where that man, Colton Chapman, who scored 2 early touchdowns in the ball game, the senior, he'll take over with his Lions.
So if you're thinking field goal for Daniel, Bruce Brown, junior kicker, 5 of 8 this season on field goals. His long is 35. So you figure his long being 35 yards, got to get this ball down somewhere around the red zone.
Yeah, got to get the ball inside the 20. Add 17 to the spot. He's got to be the 18, 19, 20-yard line. But Bennett's in motion. Colton Chapman is going to run it. Now, the thing about running it right here now, the clock runs, and they're going to have to use some timeouts at some point if they keep it on the ground.
Can't do that too much here.
What if they lull them to sleep and try to pop one? 6 yards to go for the first down. He has a lot of time back there. Colton Chapman is going to be a yard short of the first down, maybe 2 yards short.
He's going to be a couple, and that was good coverage down the field by Camden. Colton Chapman wanted to go down the field with that football.
Timeout's called, and we'll throw it down to Jack to see what's shaking on the field. What's going on, Jack?
Hey, you guys are all over it upstairs. I heard that young kicker just a season ago hit 45-yarder. So they're looking to get the ball around the 27-yard line. You guys are spot on. Long of 35 this year. I think they're comfortable from anywhere from that 40 to 45-yard range as well.
So that's good information.
That's great stuff.
Yeah, Bruce Brown, there he is right there. And listen, you're talking about stone face. He's got to get his best stone face on now. But you're right, that kind of changes it a little bit.
Sure does.
But a year ago, and it wasn't a state championship game. So you want to get as much as you can. The clock will become a factor. They just used to time out third. First of all, they got to get a first down. It's 3rd and 2. You stop the clock. You don't want to stop the clock for Camden either. So 4 wides in the formation. It's going to be Colton Chapman with a lot of room. I tell you what, he almost popped there for the big joker.
Or Wyatt Thompson. He just does get a little bit of Colton Chapman right there. Colton Chapman may be kicking an extra point. Daniel might be. Watch this right here as he just takes it, goes straight up the middle.
And then back again. They're going to pass it. This is a dangerous play call. They're going to pass it. Big hit by Nash.
Wilson Nash on the stop for Camden.
The hammer down right there. Timeout called to Daniel.
Yep, Daniel will stop it with 30 seconds left. Boy, this is what championship football ought to be.
Dr. Zen playing first down a couple plays ago and stop the clock. That's now, they only have 1 left.
Yep.
So now the play calling becomes a factor. Do you keep it on the ground or do you throw? Because if you run one more time, you're shortening your amount of plays you can get off, and you're trying to get the young man, as we mentioned, to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you want to be able to stop the clock, too. You don't want to have to run a field goal team out there under duress. You want to be able to stop it and kind of set that up. So now clock management, game management.
Yeah, I've got it.
Is real big right now for Daniel.
And Bolger back in the lineup. You see that. Let's go down to Jack on the sidelines. Jack.
Hey, Stacey, you're all over it. John Bolger is an absolute warrior. It's that left ankle, but there's no way he's coming out of the game. You can see really limping gingerly back onto the field.
Yeah, he's been in twice after being pretty much walked off the field. That's that senior playing his last game for his beloved high school. Oh, the ball's on the ground. That ball, Camden had an opportunity right there, but Daniel, good job by Colton Chapman. You got to. That young man made a heads-up play. It gave him a candy hop back up to him, but it was on the ground, Joe.
Well, that's the second snap that Chapman has mishandled here in the 4th quarter, and it causes them to have to call their final timeout, Stacy, with just 24 seconds. Boy, if your heart's not racing right now, you're a fan of both of these ball clubs, you don't like football. This is going to be a wild finish here. What does Daniel do now on 3rd down and long?
Take a look at it, Joe. Right? Look at the left side right here.
Yeah, he just kind of took his eye off of it a little bit. Thought he was going to reel it in and didn't. Got a very fortuitous bounce that it came back to him off the turf like that.
Good tackle that time by the young man who also went off early, Donald Moore. A lot of kids gutting it up in this ball game, man. Some of these seniors out here trying to go out. They end their career on the last Saturday of the 2023 season with a title. The Camden sideline right there. Big play coming up, 3rd and 5. This is some decisions may have to be made either way after this play. Bennett with room over the left side. That's too much room. Mayrant is going to bring him down inside the 30. Close to.
They're going to have to go clock it because they can't stop it.
Yeah,
They'll stop momentarily.
Bennett's down there flopping, trying to get a call.
Yep.
They got to get up. First down. That was a Dr. Zen playing first down. Are they going to run a play or they clocked it?
No, they got to clock it right there, which is what they did.
They might need to put another second back on there, but that was the first down. So they have second down. They have a chance to take a shot in the end zone here too now, if you trust that.
And the thing is, though, you can't get taken down on the field of play. You can't get taken down short of the sticks. So what do you do here if you're Daniel? You almost have to shoot one towards the end zone.
Absolutely.
Really.
And you can't get in a sack. Sends us to overtime.
Sure does.
As that man Bruce Brown right there, a field goal from right here would be 46 yards. Pressure. That's a huge play Incomplete. That would have been caught. That would have definitely made it an easy field goal. And now we have a field goal with 6 seconds left to decide the state championship game. And does Camden have a timeout to call to ice the kicker?
Yes, they do.
And there you go. And that's what we're going to see right here. 6 seconds to play.
And he'll wait to call it.
Absolutely. Get a young man out there and get him right before the snap.
At a 46-yarder. This is what Jack called moments ago.
Yeah. 46 from right there. Timeout. Is Camden going to call it?
Yep.
There it is. Don't need to take it down the interstate with you.
No. It does you no good going back 601.
No, yeah, that or 26 to 20, 26 to 77 to 20.
46 yards.
46
what we
kick
think
coming
right
up.
now on this kick with the line of scrimmage at the 29-yard line. And Jack mentioned that he's made a kick last year of 45 yards. So this is one that certainly is a makeable kick.
If you're going to get a career longest field goal, can't think of a better time. Right. I can't think of a better time. So this will be 1 yard longer than his longest kick ever, which was 45 last season. 35 is the longest this season.
That's right. He's 5 of 8 this season.
Yeah.
So
5 for 8 is. That means he ain't kicked a lot of them. They hadn't had to. They've been blowing a lot of teams out also. But
they'll name a street after him in Daniel if he can make this.
Absolutely. His money is no good for life in Daniel. Bruce Brown, his green would mean nothing for the state title. Bruce Brown, number 44, from 46 yards out. Somebody moved. That's good. If they walk it back 5 more yards, that's going to be a real problem. I think that's on Daniel.
Good ball.
That's a problem.
5 yards.
So now we're looking at a 51
now
yard.
You're looking at 51, and now if you're Jeff Brewster, do you say, look, we're just going to take a shot to the end zone? Now he's going to leave him out there.
Which would make this even more of a dramatic story.
Hey,
but
exactly.
Takes a little pressure off the kid, too, now, because you always say the penalty made it unmakeable. And now Camden can't have a penalty. They can't give the yards right back. Can't be offsides. And it's low and not nearly far enough. And we have overtime. 1 second as well. The clock kept moving, but there might have been 2 or 3 seconds on the clock. We may have some free football.
I think we absolutely have some free football.
We'll step away with the extras here in South Carolina State campus. The 3A title game. Come on back. Overtime.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
We're back for more like an encore. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up in the booth. My man Jack DeLongchamp down on the sideline. We're in overtime in the 3A state title game. Camden tied it up late. A touchdown and 2-point conversion. And Joe, tell us how this works.
Okay, so whoever wins the toss will likely go on defense first. It's 4 downs from the 10-yard line, and you got to score, basically. I mean, and if you're on defense and you get a stop first, hold the other team to a field goal, that really puts you in a great position, right? So Camden's last state championship that they won was in 2001. They did it with an overtime field goal against Union. Camden again trying to win for the first time since then. And, you know, it's 4 downs from the 10. You'll see what happens here as the captain's meeting at the middle of the field. Winner of the toss will likely go on defense first.
See the sportsmanship right there. Grayson White, one of the captains for the Camden Bulldogs, senior quarterback, and for Daniel Watson Young, who we didn't talk enough about him in the broadcast. Young man has a bright future. App State commit, a finalist for Mr. Football in the state of South Carolina. Anchors the line there for Daniel. Saw all those big running, those gaping holes. Watson Young had a lot to do with all of that. He and Bolger and company.
That's a great 48 minutes of regulation football, wasn't it, Stacey?
Absolutely.
All kind of things out there. Daniel's explosive offense that scored quickly. Camden took a little more time. Camden with some razzle-dazzle plays. The backward pass on the kickoff that they scored off of. And then the late Camden drive and 2-point conversion, which has us where we are right now.
You see, they explain there's a lot of conversation going on. They may be trying to, they have a little usher board meeting right there at the South Carolina State Bulldog logo. And you see the Deacons right there with the hands behind the other referees that lined up back there. So it's very official. You don't get this often. I did a state title game a few years ago. It was Dorman and Dutch Fork, I believe, the last time I was involved in
that was a good one.
That was a very good one. And some years ago, there was one with Northwestern and Greenwood, I believe. I'd call that one at Williams-Brice. But hadn't seen us a lot in title games. What you call it, the Kansas City Shootout?
Yes.
This is what it's called, the Kansas City Shootout. Ball to 10, so you're going to get a field goal, touchdown, or turn it over and put yourself in a bad spot.
So it looks like Daniel will have the ball first. Camden won the toss. Again, we'll choose defense first. So we'll see this Colton Chapman-led Daniel offense on the field to begin overtime. And again, 4 downs from the 10. Touchdown, field goal, turnover on downs or turnover.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't like to make a lot of predictions, and I don't care who wins one way or another, but I think a turnover is probably going to do it here. Both these offenses have been potent. Stopping one of these teams from getting 10 yards without a turnover, it's been really hard to do all night.
It's been hard to do from 60, 70, 80 yards out. It's going to be interesting to see what happens on the 10-yard line.
It's a lot to ask.
And again, Daniel looking for their 3rd state championship in the last 4 seasons. 50-1 since they moved back to 3A prior to the 2020 season. Camden trying to put that second L up there and avenge those 2 title game losses in 20 and 21. It couldn't have worked out any better. I mean, high drama here in Orangeburg.
High drama, suspense. Agatha Christie, Stephen King. It's a lot of nerves frayed here from both fandoms, the Daniel Lions and the Camden Bulldog fans. Daniel takes over. First play. Colton, good fake, first of all. A lot of people fooled that time. Colton Chapman keeps it inside the 5. Spun down.
He's had a big night for this team.
He really has.
Touchdowns in the first half. Really directed a potent Daniel attack here tonight.
Ball handling has been really good, like as on that play. So Thriller, 4 yards to pay dirt for the Lions. Shotgun snap, Colton Young, and it's that man again, Dontrell. Listen, Dontrell has been Johnny on the spot the entire ball game. You gotta love the way this young sophomore plays. Dontrell Wilson, 6 foot 300, plays on both lines.
He did a good job of getting good push right there, penetration, getting up the field. Yeah. That's a big stop.
Yeah, loss of about 2 on that.
Yeah, injured Camden player.
Yeah, we gotta check who that is. We won't speculate until we see the number clearly. Might be. We always hope in this situation just a cramp, but they're down at the lower leg. So both teams are going to get a breather. They might need it. This is a big play coming up, 3rd down. Because again, decisions. Yeah. Jack, what do you have going on downstairs, sir?
Hey, guys, that's the coach's son. That's number 55, Carter Rimpf. We've seen him play left tackle. He's playing that nose tackle spot. It actually happened the play before. He got rolled up on a little bit. They're taking a look at that right knee, but he just shot up to his feet. There's no way they're taking the big fella out of this ball game.
Thank you, Jack, for that update. And when you see the big man get a drink of water, he'll get a little rest. He got to go out for a play, though.
He does.
But he got a little drink of water, jump. He was getting a little rest, too, wasn't he, Joe?
Yeah, he sure was. And Stacey, you mentioned the big play this is on third down. If they don't pick it up, do you go for it to kick a field goal if you're Jeff Brewster? That's kind of the conundrum if you're the team first with the ball in overtime.
And Camden was thinking that they have three wides stacked to the left of Colton Chapman, the senior quarterback. Bennett to his left. Huge play. First possession of overtime. He's going to roll it left and go. It got tipped. That ball got batted. And it's going to be fourth down. The huge decision coming up now for Brewster. And we both think he's going to probably keep it in the hands of his senior quarterback, right?
Oh, I tell you what, Stacey, that's a huge roll of the dice.
Absolutely.
James Williams got the big paw up there. You see on the replay right here as Chapman rolls out to his left and watches. He just unchecked, just gets up the field, gets into the passing lane, right in the eyes of the quarterback.
And he saw it. He read it. He saw his eyes. It was like a basketball play, like going up for a block shot.
They're going to go for it.
And this is going to be huge. This another candidate for play of the game right here. Will there be a timeout called? Yes, sir, it will. I would, too. Got to talk about this one. You measure twice and cut once is what wisdom says there, right? So think about it again.
Well, it's hard not to take points right here. I mean, if you We'll see that defensive play once again. Again, Chapman's going to take the shotgun snap, roll out, and again, no one blocks Williams. I'm not sure if that was a missed assignment or not, but he's just able to get there, get into the passing lane, bat the ball away.
What's interesting about that is listed at 5'8", 235. 5'8" with some hops, though. Let's put web action.
Coach Brewster going to run the offense back out here. You come away with nothing right here.
Yes, so this could be a bad day.
This is roll of the dice of the night right now for Daniel.
This is nothing, nothing surprising. Both these teams have swagger. They're confident. Both are used to winning, and they're going to ride with those offense. Daniel has one of the most potent offense, average 4 to 70 yards a ball game of offense. That's a lot. Player of the game right now. Colton Chapman looking left, has a man. He broke the plane. He broke the plane. That was close. And that ball seemed to be in the air forever if you're a Camden fan. Gutsy call, gutsy play, rushes touchdown. Strike up that D.W. Daniel fight song. That pressure now swings over to Camden.
That really is a gutsy call by Jeff Brewster and this Daniel Lions offensive football team. Great throw by Chapman. And they just do get that ball in the end zone. But give them credit. Did what they had to do on 4th and goal in overtime.
Bruce Brown in for the extra point. Always big in this situation as well. Down the center, hands to the sky, and 49-42 is your score. The first possession of overtime. Of course, Camden gets there. Turn it back, mixing sports there. Take a look at it, Joe.
See, he gets time to throw, too. He's able to just kind of buy himself a little bit of time. And this Jason Bish, is able just to stick that ball across and get into the end zone for the 7-point lead. Nice throw right here, tight spiral. Man, he's there, it looks like to me.
Yeah. I believe we got to cross there at some point in that. Hey, they made it that close. If you're down, you're like, hey, gotta get a little deeper on that route, maybe, right?
a little too close, maybe.
Yeah, give him another yard deeper on that route, player. So 49-42, and now they're also equally potent Camden Bulldog offense led by Grayson White, the large fellow there on your screen. He's got that 15 stretch wide on that jersey now. That man played some D-line on JV, and when they asked him to play quarterback, he said, yes, sir, I'll do it, and it's going to end up being one of the all-time greats. A win tonight will be 29. Biggest drive of his career right here. And, to the surprise of no one, he kept it, and he's going to lose 2 yards right there. That's not what you want. And that man again, Joplin.
Not sure that timing of that was really good for Camden right there. Not sure they were really set as to what they wanted to do. Didn't look didn't look connected right there. But I think we have a penalty on the play. There is a flag down.
Yeah, Jack, what you have down there with this flag?
Guys, here's the conversation. Free safety number 23 sprinting to go pick up his mouth guard. He was offside by the time they snapped the ball, but Coach Brewster is furious right now because he said that it's supposed to be a delay in action because of a piece of equipment on the field.
Oh, that's going to be controversial.
They're not going to honor it. They didn't see him pick up the mouth guard. That is exactly what happened.
Oh, man, that's going to be controversial a bit there, but that 5 yards is huge. After a loss of 2, now is 5 yards to go for the physical Grayson White and that offensive line. Mayrant's going to go left. He's got a lot of blue jerseys over there, but Mayrant fighting. They're trying to rip it out. Mayrant, they pulling him into the end zone. That's a touchdown, Camden. What a job, what a run. What offensive line play, strike up the Camden Bulldog fight song to rush his touchdown. There's been one missed extra point in this ball game, Joe.
There has been, and it was Camden.
Look at that pandemonium among the Camdenians. Is that a thing, Joe? You know a little something about that? The Bulldog fandom. And there's a player down, I believe. We have a player down over right at the 5-yard line. It's a player for, and we can see his number. That is 0 Ty Plumley.
Well, you can see they were just trying to pull John Mayrant into the end zone, pushing and pulling, and it doesn't matter how you get there. Get that pigskin. You put the pill in the box, as they say, right? Get that thing in the end zone, and that's what they did. 2 players down.
Cramp for Williams. Look.
See it right here. A play we've seen many times tonight. Just hand off to John Mayrant. He'll sweep it out to the left, breaks a couple of tackles right there, and he looks like he's going to be stopped, and then here you go. Here go the Camden Bulldogs. You see him just pull him, pushing. However you can get there, get that ball in the end zone, and that's what Camden did, and obviously a huge extra point coming up right now.
Watch 58 pulling. He has a cramp. That's Williams right there. 58 pulling right there. He ends up with a cramp. He's down the field getting attended to. He's now up. Why not go? I think they may go for 2 here. Why not go
it
for?
wouldn't shock me.
Put
I'll
it in
tell
Grayson
you what.
White's hands.
I mean, hey, the last time they went for 2, I mean, again, Grayson's run it 14 times for a 2-point conversion this season, including one at the very end of regulation, which tied this game at 42. So, you know, roll the dice and try to win it right now, right? If you're Camden, that's probably what is going through their minds. We'll see if they do that or not.
Or do you go one more time and see if you can get a stop? They came close to a stop last time, too. So a lot of this, it's a chess match. It's definitely a chess match. A lot of thoughts going through the head of the coaching staff of Camden right now. Let's see what they bring on the field. So the Plumlee's being helped off the field. Looks like he's walking up on his own power.
I don't see the kicking team, Stacy. Here's your ball game.
Yeah, they're going for 2 right here.
One way or the other.
Camden's going for the win right here. This is a play for the state championship game, and this play will be considered for decades either way. To win it, going for 2. Camden, Grayson White, Mayrant off to the left. It's been a playmaker for him. He's going to sweep around. Somebody moved. There was movement. Wasn't called. Timeout, Camden. They might be trying to get a couple extra yards right there.
And again, each team has one timeout in the overtime period to use. And so Camden, you saw Daniel take one before their 4th down, which they converted for the touchdown, and now Camden before the 2-point conversion. Well, can't overstate the magnitude of this play right here. I mean, everything that you fought for since August, all the way through a great season. Both these teams had great seasons. It all comes down to one 2-point conversion for the state championship.
Joe, you played ball back in the day. You've done a lot of games, and you know, similar back in the day. We're older guys now, but we know what's going on. When you're out there, you're not as nervous as the moms, dads, and grandparents and fans. The players aren't as nervous.
No, they're lost in the game.
Yes.
They're lost in the game and not really worried about what.
But the fans?
The fans, and the announcers like us, and the producers in the truck.
There's people at some restaurants and sports bars around Camden and up in the Daniel area.
I mean,
right now and down here in the stands, their stomachs are churning. And they're keeping the offense out there. Camden's going to say, we're going to win it or lose it right here.
Yep. Everything's got to go good here, too. If you're Camden, good snap, good blocking. If you're Daniel, you just want to try to get a push here.
Man in motion is Mayrant. White's going to get it, and he's going to go down. Game over. A yard short. T.W. Daniel's going to win it. The same play they scored and went for 2 on. They did it again. Daniel runs to the middle of the field and celebrate. And Camden, the agony of defeat. Not supposed to come on the field, but folks have come on the field. What a game. What a finish. Congratulations, Daniel Lions. 3rd title in 4 years, and it's Camden falling again to Daniel. What a game by both teams. Both teams played like champions. Daniel will walk away with the 3A title for 2023. Congratulations to them on a game well played.
Great game by Daniel here tonight. It just seemed like Camden was a score behind the entire game until the end of the 4th quarter with 90 seconds left, basically, able to force the game in overtime. And it came down to 2 plays, one that Daniel made on 4th and goal in overtime and one that Camden didn't make on the 2-point conversion. And who better if you're Camden to run that and try to get there? Grayson White, after the career he's had for Camden, comes up a yard short. If you're Daniel, you know that 15 is going to run it, and they were able to pinch in there just enough and get not just enough of a push to stop that play. But credit Jeff Rooster and the Daniel Lions, their 8th state championship.
Excited for Daniel, hurt for Camden. So let's talk about our play of the game, and we kind of know what it is, don't we? It's the Safe Federal Credit Union play of the game. You just witnessed it. It gave Daniel their 3rd chip since 2020, and here it is. Joe, talk about it.
Now, we talked about it before the snap. Daniel had to get some sort of push, some sort of pinch in there, try to gum things up, and that's exactly what they did. Credit the middle of that line. Looked like big number 79 gets in there. He's in on the stop. That's who it is. 78 actually was on the stop for Daniel. All that.
And we don't have a name.
I know we don't. We don't. But I mean, credit to that youngster and credit to that Daniel defense for making the one stop that they had to make. And well, you feel.
Let's go down with Jack on the field with Coach Frooster. Jack.
Coach, sports, movies, you can't script it. Run me through the range of emotions you're going through right now.
Well, obviously we're very excited, very fortunate. Proud of my kids, proud of their resiliency. This might be one of the most resilient bunches that we've had the pleasure of teaching and coaching for an entire season. They never gave up on themselves, never gave up on the promise of this team. I'm just so very proud of what they've been able to accomplish this season.
Coach, in the midst of building a dynasty, can you explain what this means to the Daniel community?
Well, I tell you, this community made me, and so I'm very proud to be a part of it, very proud to have a chance to lead it and try to lead it the right way. So hopefully, you know, they're proud of us and what we're doing up here with Daniel football and playing our brand of football. So thanks to the fans for coming out tonight and being behind us and believing in us. Couldn't have did it without them. Can't do it without our community.
Hey, Coach, I got to ask you about the final play. Friday Night Lights-esque. Can you teach me the fabric of Daniel football culture? I mean, the toughness to make the play on that stand.
Well, I tell you, we've talked all year about this is a game of inches. And, you know, you're one big play away from either winning or losing, and you don't know what play it is. Well, we were fortunate enough to know that the last play was the play to make for us to be successful, and we made it.
Coach, congratulations. 3A state champions. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Coach Frooster. Congratulations, Coach Frooster, and to Daniel. And now the player of the game is that man right there on your screen, Jakari Bennett. 3 touchdowns and a whole lot of fun to watch. Talk about his action, Joe.
Oh, just 3 scores like you mentioned. Jakari Bennett, that was a 4th down and short play that he takes 36 yards to the house. Just big plays all night. Jakari Bennett gets good blocking right there. Bounces it to the outside, gets another good block. Able to take a defender to the end zone, hits the pylon, arms to the sky, touchdown Daniel. And you'll see his 3rd one right here again. He just kind of goes back middle of the field, and it's a foot race, and he's going to win it all the way to the house. And congratulations to Jakari Bennett and this great Daniel team. They finish off a 15-0 season by winning the 3A state championship.
There he is, the A&I Fire and Water Restoration player of the game by that measure as well. You can rely on AI. There's a young man having a ball, celebrating as a senior, getting it done. And again, you got to be so happy for the Daniel team that had the lead and saw it. It's ebb and flow. They had it, thought it slipped away, and thought one play. They were 2 yards short of giving the whole thing away, and they made the play that counted. And you got to hurt for Camden. It's the Camden Knights, I'm told, by the way. Yeah. Shout out to my buddy Shanice Wiley, Journey fam.
Yeah.
And you know a little bit about that.
A little bit
about it. So the Camden Knights, you got to be hurt. You're hurt for them, but you also got to be excited for Daniel and what they've accomplished. And that is a baby dynasty blooming over there, 3 and 4 years.
Well. Yeah, and of course the Camden Bulldogs, they were chasing their 8th state championship tonight, and they came up just a little bit short. But Coach Rooster talked about resiliency. That's something that Coach Rimpf has also talked about this season for this Camden team. 3 losses coming in to this championship game tonight. They've had to bounce back time and time again. They had to bounce back time and time again tonight. Down 2 scores a couple of times in this game. They showed great resiliency, pulling out some trick plays, the throwback across the field on the kickoff, and then they roll the dice, the ultimate gamble. They go for 2 when they could have kicked an extra point to tie it. They go for 2 in the win. Got to give credit to Brian Rimpf to at least try that. It came up short, but hey, great season for the Bulldogs.
Had a great conversation with him, as I always do, in person or on the phone. Always a good time. I talked to him a couple of days ago. He said turnovers would be a key because every game they lost, turnovers were a factor, and they were very much a factor in this ball game. And he said turnovers, you can point to turnovers in every one of their losses this year, and there it is right there.
They lost the turnover battle tonight, and it came back to halt them in the end, even though they were able to tie the game and send it into overtime. And again, eschewing the extra point, trying to go for 2. And don't blame them a bit for trying that, because they've been very successful with it. We're successful with it tonight. But this is everything that a state championship game should be. Down to the wire, two great teams, the best teams in 3A going at it toe-to-toe for 48 minutes plus free football, and the Daniel Lions pull it out.
That's them getting the runners-up trophy right there. Did you hit me with an eschewing just then?
They eschewed
I caught that. I didn't miss that. That was Coach Remp getting the run-up trophy. Nobody really wants that trophy, but they'll look back years from now and the effort they put forward, and to be the last two teams playing will mean something in the end. And there's your number one team on the final day of the 2023 season in Class 3A for the third time since 2020. It's the D.W. Daniel Lions. And congratulations.
How about a Daniel senior class that's now 51-1 in their
What a
career.
record.
51-1. Only a loss to Powdersville in last year's playoffs. Or it would be completely unblemished in 4 seasons.
And there's a sign that says, "We run this state." Hard to argue right now.
I was going to say, hard to argue. I mean, they got the hardware now to prove it.
Yeah, that scoreboard is the loudest exclamation point always.
And that trophy case as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, two proud programs.
Okay.
The school dignitaries for Daniel High School and last year's state champions are Associate Superintendent Josh Young, Principal Adam Russell, Athletic Director Tommy Crowley, and Executive Director of Student Services Alan Fain. Commissioner Singleton will present the state championship trophy to Principal Adam Russell. Accepting the championship trophy on behalf of the team is head coach Jeff Froster.
It's frustrating.
It is. Joe, you see Coach Brewster getting that title hardware right there. Your thoughts on this battle, which is going to be an instant classic. Talked about for decades, as I said. Daniel's the winner. Talk about what you really saw tonight.
Well, just two great football teams. We mentioned this before. Two great football teams, two great communities when you get right down to it. The Camden community, tradition of winning more than 700 wins all time for Camden High School. Nearly 600 now for Daniel. Another great football community going at it. It's what a championship game should be. Neither team giving in all night. Camden battling back, showing resiliency. Daniel rolling the dice in overtime. Camden doing the same. Just an amazing display of high school football here tonight. It's as it should be. It comes down to the end. It comes down to one team making a play to win a state championship. A fitting finish for what was a tremendous weekend.
Well said, and congratulations to D.W. Daniel. You are fifth crown champion of the Weekend of Champions, the 3A title winners, third out of 4 years. Congratulations to Daniel as you see the youngsters celebrate. I want to thank my man Hammond in the truck, K-Pass in the truck, and the rest of the crew. And I want to talk about some of our sponsors that made it happen here. Promotional considerations, A&I Fire and Water Restoration, Stewart Law Offices, Safe Federal Credit Union, Doctors Implants, Will Lucre Opportunity School, Automax, Rushes, Clear Picture Financial, Stanley Law Group, Founders Credit Union, Farm Bureau Insurance, Absolute Total Care, South Carolina Dairy Association, Ingalls Markets, the City of Orangeburg did a great job hosting. There's the weekend in front of you. Congratulations to all the winners here, Joe. Talk about them.
Oceanside Collegiate wins a great one that went down to the wire against Gray Collegiate. Christchurch winning big over Johnsonville. Dutch Fork, greatest story ever, according to Tom Knotts. They come back, win the 5A championship. Great game today. Westside over South Lawrence, rallying from 12 down. And then Daniel in overtime, holding Camden off on a 2-point conversion. The Lions win the 3A championship. What an amazing weekend of championship football in Orangeburg.
Absolutely. What a way to put an exclamation point on a great weekend. Shout out to South Carolina State for being a gracious host. Orangeburg Stadium, Oliver C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Joe Cashin, I mentioned K-Pass, Hammond in the truck, all the outstanding camera people, support people, the South Carolina High School League staff. My man, Jack DeLongshaw, doing a great job on the sidelines. My name is Stacy Huff. Congratulations to all our champions. And we want to say thank everyone for making it happen this weekend. It took a lot to make this production go through. The players on the field, the biggest part of it all, great sportsmanship displayed by everyone. And we'll show some highlights of the whole weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stacy Huff saying good night, everybody. Enjoy these highlights.
Well,